Hello and welcome to the 53rd episode of the Destiny Community Podcast, brought to you by Blue Microphones and Headphones and Scuff Game Controllers. This week,
yes.
Yeah, we have a new sponsor added on there, and I just remembered it right as I was saying that. I'm really
man.
That's everyone grab your controllers.
Are we showing them? Okay.
Yeah.
We're showing.
I made mine DCP themed with the colors from the logo.
I'm jealous, man. Nice.
Oh, even Jake has one. He's got a. Oh yeah. By the way,
watermelon one.
Our guest here this week is Lazesummerstone, or Jake Mylar, or as many of you probably already know him, the artist behind the Watermelon EXO. Hello, sir.
Hey, what's up? What's up, guys?
Welcome.
We're happy to have an artist and someone who is more casual than Poke Bear.
Yes.
On the podcast.
Yes, only one character so far.
Only one. Wow.
Yeah, just Hunter, of course. But yeah.
What's the light level?
Well, the thing is, Laze, I fancy myself an artist as well. So I feel like you and I can have a lot to talk about.
I've never heard this before.
No, yeah,
news.
I mean,
I don't think he's ever said it before.
I usually try to keep my art.
I usually
really
don't
shy.
consider finger painting adult finger painting art, but whatever you want.
You know what?
Jackson Pollock is famous.
You know what? Don't hate the player, hate the game. All right, so we've got an actual bona fide artist in the house. We are I don't know, blessed to have Ash on our team. And when I told her I wanted to have a series where we could start bringing on artists from the Destiny community, the first name out of her mouth was yours. And I couldn't agree more. Your stuff is we're all fans of it here. Definitely. So what will you tell us a little bit about what you do in the Destiny community and your art?
Yeah, I basically, as soon as Destiny launched, I started drawing pictures of my own character in the game just for fun, because the whole character design in Destiny really blew me away from that start intro screen where you make your character and you set him up, and I must have spent 2 hours on there just trying to figure out what I wanted to look like. And so then I just started drawing my character, and then I got some good response from that. People seem to like it, and then I was like, I found a lot of things funny about Destiny. When you started the game, you get revived and there's no explanation of why you're there, and it's
yep.
And basically you're waiting for that explanation. You're still waiting for the explanation, but
you're still waiting.
But I just found a lot of little things really funny, and I wanted to kind of elaborate on that. So I started making gag comics, and by page 3 of the gag comic, I got contacted by Cosmo, and they wanted to do a feature on me, and it just kind of went from there, and I haven't stopped since, and I still love the game, and yeah.
That's great.
Yeah, so,
we saw you in cosplay at Guardian Con.
Yeah.
I noticed that there was no breathing holes in that helmet you had on.
What?
Was it hot? Were you steaming in there?
No, there's total breathing holes.
Oh, are there?
You got it behind him.
Yeah. Poe. Assumptions,
okay.
man.
I half expected him to. You came running by the booth, and thank you very much. I didn't get to say thank you for the gift. My son loves it. It was a very thoughtful of you. You seemed very busy. How was Guardian Con for you?
Whoa, Guardian Con was amazing. It was Guardian Con was way better than I ever could have hoped and expected, and I mean, it started off bad for me because the night before Guardian Con, I kind of drank a little bit too much. So the first 4 hours the next day of us in the booth, I had to kind of crawl under the table and lay down for a bit.
Oh man!
But yeah, but I recovered, and actually people were looking out for me, Mark from Guardian Radio, he gave me a bunch of pills. I don't know what they were. They and gave me some Gatorade, and after a while I felt totally good.
First thing I learned at Guardian Con was don't drink too much the night before. The second thing I learned was don't take pills from Mark.
Because
Or
the third
anyone,
night,
'cause
you
that
don't
was a
remember
thing.
anything. Yeah.
That was a thing that was happening at Guardian Con. People getting drugged. It was a good,
Yeah.
good,
Oh,
good
yeah.
time.
And then you never see me again.
Well, fortunately, Mark is a great guy and a friend of
Thanks.
ours over at Garden Radio. Your comics are that humor that we find in game, like you're talking about, those humorous moments of your fire team. Is the Watermelon Exo the only character in the comic strip?
Well, no, I try to diverge a little bit. Like once in a while, you'll get like little mini stories of like maybe Varrix like trying to, hit like Varrix in his love life, or maybe you see a little bit about the Iron Lords, and also along the way, Watermelon like he kind of gained like an adversary and a friend with the Dreg that he killed. He basically accidentally, like in the second page or something, he accidentally kills this Dreg's boss, and then after that, the Dreg like wants to get revenge, like for the rest of the time. But then it's that kind of story, it's that anime trope sort of where it's like your enemies, but then you become friends, Yeah. So
it's a great read. If you haven't started checking them out, where do they go to find the Watermelon Exo series?
It's simple enough. It's just watermelonexo.com.
Perfect.
Yeah,
And
it's all
Awesome.
we really appreciate the humor that you bring to the game and to and the community that you have built up in the artistic community around Destiny. You're part of a larger group, right?
Yeah, I'm actually I recently there's a guy named Faisal Meki, and then there's another guy named Jay Howard, and they created like a little art group. Well, it's kind of growing into a big art group now. It's called the DCA, which is a little bit confusing because you guys are the DCP. But yeah, even Ash is on there. She's a member. And like if you go to like Destiny Com Art on Twitter, like it's a good place to like follow us, and you can like just see basically a stream of great art all the time having to do with Destiny. And if you need some emotes made, just send a
That's the place to go.
Yeah, send a Twitter message, and you're getting like 100 artists, all at once.
That's awesome.
See who's available. Yeah. It's pretty cool.
Yeah, and are you guys working on anything right now as a group?
Yeah, actually, like last night I was recording a podcast with Mark Square, who's a fellow artist, and Matt Oishi, who's like the guy who you might have seen his like GIFs of like 3D stuff.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Super.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He does all the memes and stuff.
Yeah.
And we're making a podcast, but it's not really. It's more like Space Ghost Coast to Coast sort of, where it's all going to be animated. It's very like limited animation, and then by Matt and
Animating the discussion.
Yeah, animating the discussion.
Nice.
That's really cool.
So it'll be short and sweet. We're going to try to keep it, 25 minutes or so. Probably like monthly or something, because I can't imagine that's
Can't
not
imagine doing
hard.
it weekly. That'd be
Yes.
Yeah. Yeah.
That sounds exciting.
It'll cover like just the kind of like the art side of Destiny.
Yeah.
Nice.
Well, you've got the right people involved. I mean, it's great to see you guys making a name for yourselves and finding a way to for that creative expression and to have a creative outlet. So we really appreciate it, and I get blown away by the work you guys do. It's just from somebody that, like, even though I'm an artist, right? Stick figures is really where I'm limited. My expression stops at those single drawn lines, but you guys really break that mold, which blows my mind. And you use other colors besides black, and it just really impresses me. So thank you very much.
We have a bit of an argument going on in chat here that I feel like we need to address.
Okay.
I'm sorry.
No. This I want to put my foot down on this one.
Oh, boy.
What is it?
So you said Matoishi, he makes GIFs.
Yeah.
And a bunch of people are really angry that the correct pronunciation is GIF.
It's GIF.
It's GIF.
No, it's GIF.
It's GIF.
It's GIF.
It's GIF.
It's
It's
GIF.
always
It's peanut
been GIF. It's
GIF
not
is
peanut
peanut butter.
The creator of the graphic user or the graphic whatever the thing actually stands for.
Graphic
says.
Did you
Graphical
say graphic with a
interface?
G?
Yeah, do you say giraffe with a g?
I say with a G.
Yes.
Giraffe.
Giraffe.
I don't say
GIF.
I don't say giraffe. I say
Giraffe.
Look,
giraffe.
there's already something called GIF. It's peanut butter,
Yeah.
and it's
And
spelled
it's
with
delicious.
a J.
And it's pronounced graphical interface file, right? Or interchangeable file? Graphical
Yeah,
interchangeable
GIF.
file?
Yeah, GIF.
Yeah,
Exactly.
that's GIF.
Right.
It starts with a G.
Right, GIF.
Starts with a G.
Yep.
I think
It's gonna
once
tear our
again,
community apart.
once again, this is a very important conversation for another time.
But
We've got
what our podcast is. We talk about stuff that doesn't matter, and then Destiny's a secondary thing. I don't know why people listen. I don't know.
I don't even.
I am quitting this podcast. Go join the Destiny
The
community.
GIF podcast.
Art. Yeah, the GIF podcast.
The GIF podcast is not
All things
accepting
peanut butter.
anybody.
You should spell it with a J just to clarify.
Jake,
Yeah.
Jake, can I come on there? I
Look, I
can't draw.
I'm an
but-
artist. I'm an artist. Would you accept me on your podcast?
Yes, definitely.
Here, I'm gonna send you my resume right now. It's phenomenal.
Yeah.
Here, there, it's right here.
Nice.
Can I get in?
Oh, yeah, definitely.
Wow.
Oh, that looks like a
Lots
type.
of, lots of
You can
personality.
tell by the
I have been
Style.
arrested for my art before. Okay, how about that? Does that?
Now, I'd like to hear the whole story behind that.
We'll
sounds-
save it for a time off.
You can
stream.
save it on
Naked
the GIF
exhibitions
podcast.
isn't necessarily
Yeah.
art. I'm sorry.
Nude photos aren't necessarily art.
Human defecation on the street is not
Whoa.
art, Patrick.
Whoa.
It's not art. All right. Well,
Probably legal in Seattle, though.
we've got some crazy we got some cool stuff to talk about in the Destiny world, right? But before we get started, I'm going to say my boys at Dead Orbit 1.
Yay.
Once
Yeah.
again, proving that the emo crowd has nothing better to do.
No one wanted that scout rifle.
Scout rifle's garbage.
It doesn't
Yeah.
matter. Dead Orbit's the best. You guys suck.
Why don't you leave the solar system? That's what you want to do.
Right?
Yeah,
you
why
know,
are you
you know what
here?
I found
Get out.
amazing is we just
Literally,
had
nobody's
this.
stopping you.
We had this awful situation of everyone losing the tower, and just to bring us all back together in hope and glory, Dead Orbit's like, yeah, we're leaving.
Yeah.
What?
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 You know
we
what?
beat the Red Legion, and then there's like,
then
it's
we're
time to
just-
leave. This place is
It's time
done.
to leave.
We need
gotta
to go find a new,
Here's
new
the
system.
deal.
We gotta run away.
We knew we were going to win so badly that we didn't even bother putting up a good gun. That's how much we knew we were going to win. We didn't even have a good gun. That's how
Honestly,
confident we were.
your shaders aren't as good as they were in D1 either.
Yeah. They're kind of like second-rate black shaders.
Dead Orbit won because of the success of the shaders in Destiny Vanilla. That's the only reason
Lame.
that Dead Orbit
Right.
even has that.
I gotta
type
say, I
that-
was
that
Future
type
War
of
Cult,
sway.
but those new Monarchy shaders were
Oh.
unbelievable.
Oh,
I definitely collected up some New
Unbelievable.
Monarchy shaders for sure. I
They even made
stockpiled.
hunters look good.
I stockpiled, but I am also aligned with Future War Cult 100%.
Same.
Very
Same.
disappointed that they ended up last. I don't
Okay,
even know how it's possible.
So the shaders from New Monarchy were the best. The guns from Future War Cult were the best.
Correct.
And
The only thing good about Dead Orbit is Peter Stormare.
What?
the
That is true. That's true,
NPC,
definitely.
the NPC in the tower was the best from New Monarch from Dead Orbit. So
Yeah.
there we go. We all win.
Dire Promise is a pretty sweet hand cannon.
It is a good hand.
Dude, when you reload, it has like kill markers on it. There's a skull with like a bunch of little hash
If we were
marks.
It's
on-
a pretty good weapon that belongs to a terrible archetype.
It's a great weapon on PC.
Yeah, it's gonna be sweet there.
So Dead Orbit's gonna win again on PC.
Yeah.
That's right. That's right.
Jake, who did you vote for? Not that we're
Oh, it matters.
out
I was-
who you
It
vote
matters.
for. It
I
can
was
be a very
going-
private thing if you wish.
I was
it to
going
be.
for Future War Cult.
Hell yes.
There we go.
Because you have a head on your shoulder. You're sane. You're talented.
This game is
you
about
know?
guns, right?
Exactly.
It is. It is a first person.
Coming from an
shooter.
artist, I am ashamed for you. This game is about how good you look playing it.
Yes.
Well, why aren't you New Monarchy? Pope?
I was. I spent 90 minutes like, but Dead Orbit won, so I had to put the shirt on. And I'm like, I'm totally Dead Orbit. No,
Actually, I think I'm Dead Orbit with my
Yeah.
sweatshirt,
See, the
but-
thing is, this goes to my big problem with it being character bound instead of account bound. It really took the fun out of it. Like, I wanted to be account based and lock it down across your characters and make people commit to it. I did New Monarchy for my Warlock, for my Titan, Future War Cult because clowns on my Warlock, and then Titan. No, I'm just kidding.
Excuse me?
Future War Cult gave us more weapons, okay? They
Yeah.
were not bound by the 30 engram limit.
And
Right.
oh, really?
Yeah,
Was that
that's
the fact?
They were.
Yeah, they were.
Yes, there was a glitch. You could turn in as many engrams as you wanted, and they still lost.
I'm about to slap Pope. I'm about
It's
to
the
drive over to San Francisco and slap him.
They were cheating, and they still lost.
Cheating. Oh my god. Those shaders from Future War Cult actually look
Future
pretty
War
good too.
Cheer.
They actually do look pretty
Yeah.
good.
They're
If you actually put them on armor, they don't look bad
Uh-huh.
at all.
and also weapons. They actually look real good on weapons. New Monarchy is the best looking, and I'm surprised at how bad Dead Orbits look. I was like, these are
I
not
know.
good.
Mm.
Some are okay.
You slap a New Monarchy on any gun, and it was like, whoa,
It's popping.
that's nice.
Yeah.
You put a shader from Dead Orbit on any gun, and it's kind of like, maybe I need to wash it.
I already went.
Yeah,
I already
needs a
went
new
through
paint
that
job.
phase in
Dirty.
high school. I'm good.
Done with trench coats and stuff.
Yeah.
Oh, see, now if Dead Orbit had a trench coat for
Oh,
a
yeah.
Warlock, I'd,
Oh,
There
yeah.
you go.
That would be
Wow.
perfect.
then I
Yeah.
then I would be all about it.
Like even fashion wise, Dead Orbit looked like it was Goodwill for the Guardians,
Did you
like
see the
second rate
Warlock
stuff.
helmet.
Oh,
by
Because they
Briar.
scavenge
Briar.
everything. No,
good
Briar.
knowing
Did you see the Warlock Dead Orbit helmet with the little thing? It was like a Game Boy holder on his head or something? I don't
What
know.
is
what-
with that?
It
It
was-
was seriously
I don't know
like
what
something
that
you would
is.
design if you wanted to lay down and not use your hands to watch an
Yes.
iPad.
Yes.
Yes.
Oh
yes,
my God.
Actually, yes. Actually,
It's like really cheap version of
The VR system.
Yeah, VR
yes.
headsets.
There you go.
There you go.
Incomprehensible resolution. Balancing my phone on my face for all your
Hey,
listeners.
so a couple comments about the faction wars
Okay.
is they really needed to obviously make it account based, make it more, and then it would have been great to have like a dance move associated to each one of the.
That's cool.
Would Dead Orbit just be crying? I don't
No,
know.
Dead
Yeah,
Orbit
it
would
would.
be that
Sulking.
Cyber goth.
Oh, the
emo
cyber
that
goth
emo,
one. Oh, yeah, you're right, you're
and then Yeah.
Future War Cult would be what? The robot? Because actually he's a robot.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, we already have that though.
We do have some robots.
Oh, we do that.
I, I think there's a lot of activities in the game that lend themselves to this theme where they could have added a bunch of if Dead Orbit won, they could have had some exclusive shaders and emblems that were only available if they had won, in addition to the weapon. The weapon sucks, we all know.
It's all right. It's all right.
Yeah, it sucks.
It's all
Are you
right.
going to use
It's
it over Nameless
okay.
Midnight?
No.
Okay, if there wasn't a Nameless Midnight, it would be good.
Or
Nah.
a call to serve.
Or the call.
Yeah, Call to Serve is better. It's got triple
Or a
tap.
Manananan. Or
Manana. Oh, the Manana is phenomenal.
Banana.
Yeah.
Boop,
Banana.
boop, banana.
Banana.
you're gonna get his coffee. Right?
There's a lot of really good ones. I can't think of any in that archetype that are
But-
like, oh.
But it's the kinetic though. Like if you look at the kinetic stuff, it's like Call to Serve, Nameless Midnight, and then Might Multi-Tool, essentially.
Let me prop up the.
Is that
little-
Hake one? But everybody knows that's bad too.
Did anyone pick up the True Prophecy?
Prophecy.
Is
From
that
Future
the
War
Cult?
Future War called hand cannon?
Yeah. Like,
Oh, yeah.
Is there a point to it being delayed?
Yes, it is awesome. By the way, I
Yeah.
don't know if you guys have. No, it really is.
I haven't
Like
heard.
if you shoot, the delay doesn't matter. It's very small delay. But if you can knock. Okay, so I found that it was useful as a weapon against shielded enemies.
I find
And-
that my energy weapon is really good for that.
Yeah.
Stop. That we're talking about the gun and it's by itself. And I like the fact that when you shoot it from a distance as a hand cannon, the damage numbers don't change.
That's explosive payload.
Isn't that
And
just like Better
well,
Devils?
it's still
it's
cool.
it's a worse, better devils.
It's a worse, better Devils, but it's still a good gun.
Yeah, I found I rocked it for a little bit, and I just ultimately felt like Better Devils was a better variety.
I agree with you guys, but if you didn't have the Better Devils, this would be a good.
I'd use something else.
You know what? I think if you got that, you should be stoked that you got it and play with it and have fun with it.
I tried to. I really did.
I tried and I loved it personally.
Yeah,
I still have it equipped.
Yeah, I like the I like the feel of it. Like it's definitely it has a nice pace to it.
Mm-hmm.
If you're a more patient player and you want to aim your shots, it's definitely if you're kind of a faster pace player that's trying to, on the bleeding edge of MLG play and everything, you're gonna go for the faster rate of fire ones because you can probably actually use it properly. But the slower ones, are still gonna be good if you're just wanting to have a slower firing weapon. Mm-hmm. I can't get past the reload because
it's pretty bad.
Woo!
It's very very slow.
It's painful.
Ooh, it's bad.
You just play as a hunter and dodge.
Yeah.
I'm so glad.
And wear Dragon Shadow. Yeah, no problem. Yeah. So then you can always reload fast.
Mm-hmm.
But if you do all those things, then you're good.
Yeah, then you're good. Good to go.
That's it. That's all you need.
Yeah.
Hand cannons, unfortunately, as a whole, are
a little bit.
Yeah.
I've been trying to use them, and Better Devils and then Dire Promise are the two that I swap back and forth between, and they're good. They're serviceable, but oh man, let me tell you, all the other automatic weapons are just really good.
Mm-hmm.
They are.
Yeah, it's tough to come away from that.
Have you guys checked out the Ghost Primus from the auto rifle from the raid?
Yes.
That thing actually is a lot of fun and very useful. I used it during the Nightfall, and actually as part of the DPS for the boss in Callus, and it, just a few kills and then you reload and you've got this huge clip. It's a really good auto rifle. I hadn't used it until maybe a couple nights ago.
Yeah. Apparently, auto rifles in general are the thing that you use for Callus.
It was pretty crazy seeing those numbers pop up. I was helping Dado out with some of the tests, and wow, there were a lot of bad weapons that we tested. Remember, who here likes grenade launchers? Just actually.
Deleted all of them except for the exotic one.
Ooh, we are now joined by XSplit's broadcaster. Ooh.
Oh my god.
Why?
Okay,
why has it got to be so hard?
For the audio listeners, Briar Rabbit was mysteriously silent because I'm guessing your system crashed.
Just Skype.
Oh, just Skype.
Oh.
Okay,
that's weird.
Sounds about
Skype's
right.
perfect.
I was assuming you were getting
took the whole
DDoS.
system with it.
Yeah.
Sounds about right. And now instead of a webcam, we have a lovely advertisement for XSplit Broadcaster.
Yeah.
Which brings us to our new spot.
Which brings us to the next greatest spot. Oh, there we go.
We do have a new sponsor we can talk about.
Yeah, we'll get to that later.
It's not XSplit.
It's not XSplit though.
Yeah. So, any other cool guns before we get into the news of the week? Anything else? How was everybody's week of Destiny?
I've had a lot of fun, actually.
Yeah.
So for a lot of people who've been doing raids, Bungie patched the Legend of Acreus shotgun quest so that you didn't have to do 5 million raids. You just had to do a lot less. Less.
Yeah.
So I logged in and mine was ready to be upgraded, and that gun is amazing.
What's the full upgrade on it, actually? Because I don't know.
I guess no one knows.
So for PvP, for example, right?
That's the form that we have now is the final upgrade of it.
It is the final upgrade.
It's available from purchase in the kiosk.
Awesome.
Yeah, so final upgrade. So you now get 2 in the mag and then 2 in reserve, so you have 4 total.
Okay.
And
In
then
PvP
it gives it
in
PvP, yeah. And then it gives it a bunch of other perks like longer range and better
longer range,
wider radar.
It's not wider radar. I guess technically it is. You can detect things further out on your radar, so it gives you a longer reaching radar.
But the thing with the gun that makes it crazy is that I feel like I don't even have to aim it at people and they die. Yeah, because it's like the gun's this big and it just shoots everything.
I swear, if you hit one pellet,
yeah,
like a one pellet.
The side of a pellet. It's ridiculous.
Interesting.
It is insane. And the range is really good. And the width of which it can kill people is really good.
Yeah, it's basically a scatter gun where it is just in like this distance, in the distance of a normal shotgun, if any of these pellets hit, it will kill them. But it's either it does damage or it doesn't do damage, just like Lord of Wolves.
So is this okay because it's a power weapon and power ammo is limited, or is this
okay?
Going to be?
It's fine. It's wonderful.
It's great.
Whoa. Anytime Watts takes that tone of voice, I sit up in my chair.
What?
So you get 4 shots in the Crucible with this thing, and it's like a super wide shotgun that is insta-kill?
Yeah, to a certain distance. You know,
Well, it has increased range.
It's not like fusion.
I can't shoot people across the map.
I can't shoot them across. It's but it's like shotgun range.
I can't wipe the entire team from across the map. But
I mean, you can. You can. We did have Dado literally take out an entire team in trials.
1v4.
One shot?
1v4. 1v4.
No,
no.
Oh.
That would be amazing.
I did see someone on Reddit kill 3 people with 1 shot in PvP.
Really?
Yeah. By the way, it overpenetrates all the rounds.
It overpenetrates too. It's great.
What do we have to do to get it?
Okay, to activate the quest, be level 20 and then go kill a Cabal somewhere. Then kill Cabal on Nessus to receive the thing to go to the raid. Then after you go to the raid, you have to complete the raid. Then once you complete the raid, you get a thing that makes you go do a specific strike. And then once you do that, then you have to go back into the raid. And then after that, you get it. It's twice. It's twice now.
It's twice now.
It's not bad.
Okay.
I still need to actually go kill Cabal.
Yeah,
You should do it.
You and I should just do it right now while we're doing the podcast.
My monitor is the same one as the one for the podcast. Feels bad. Yeah.
Oh,
It feels bad, man.
Yeah, it feels bad.
So, anybody have any new experiences this week with?
Started a hunter this week.
All right.
And I finally raided with it last night, and I gotta say I'm really enjoying the hunter in Destiny 2, much more than I thought I would. And surprisingly enough, it's the golden gun that really has me addicted. A lot of the problems I had with some of the weapons in Destiny 2 are kind of alleviated by some of the hunter's abilities and exotics. Like hand cannons are way more fun to use now because I can put on, I don't know, what are the name of the boots?
Lucky Pants.
The Lucky Pants. And I just feel like a hand cannon god when I'm using those. Plus, you got faster reload speed. You got more accuracy on follow-up shots. You just feel badass using a hand cannon when I'm using a golden gun. I love running around with the Sunshot in PvE. It's really fun.
That's a fun weapon.
Yeah.
I'm right there with you, Briar. I just leveled up my hunter this week and was raid ready last night with it, and ran it through for the first time. And I'm impressed at how much agility or mobility hunters have over any other class. I mean, you really are fast. There's spots where you really notice it in the gauntlet, where like I'm walking and like a Titan's running and I'm walking fast, almost as fast as them, and it's pretty awesome.
It's an embellishment. It's not actually true, but I understand.
I feel like I'm fast,
walking,
like vertically,
mobility.
or like
Walk
side
speed.
to side, but I don't actually feel like I run any faster than
Because you
everybody else.
don't, mobility
Yeah.
doesn't affect run speed. It never has.
No.
But I do feel
I'm with you,
agile.
Pope. I'm with you.
Yeah.
Like,
You know what I mean?
yeah,
I know what you mean, though. Yeah.
And when I run with is it called the Quick Fang, the sword?
yeah,
Yeah,
That's
we
Best
really
weapon
fun.
in Destiny 2, as far as I'm concerned.
Mhm.
Like I just feel fucking
Yeah.
awesome running around with that
Yeah.
thing.
Yeah,
I know.
does that make you faster? Because
It
it,
does.
feels
It
like
does.
it
It
does.
does.
Yeah.
The lightweight perk affects your runs or affects your overall movement speed more than the mobility stat does.
beautiful.
So I
First
got a
time-
question actually, Holtzmann. You probably know this. If I got Mida, that's helping my run speed out.
Yes.
If I got Quick Fang, that's helping my run speed out. What's my energy weapon that kind of goes along with that loadout?
Monononon,
Monononon.
basically any weapon.
Monononon.
The mini Mida.
The mini Mida.
Mini
Mini
Mida.
Mida will give you the
Mida, there
best.
you
Yeah,
go.
it'll give you the best
You have
speed
to do the
boost.
Mida Mini.
I'm telling you,
Perfect.
I slept on the hunter for like I did Warlock first, then I did Titan, and I saved my hunter for last. And I've had the most fun in PvP as a hunter. Going invisible, throwing a smoke nade, juking people, and hit them with the sword is easily the funnest I've had. Easily.
You guys see
Yeah,
why
it's
I've
really
been playing Ninja Weeb Spec the past week.
Consuming nades and like cheating essentially and getting my health back with every kill is like great for trying to be a tryhard, and I've been doing that using Last Hope and all that. It's ridiculous. If
you want to be a
insane,
true space ninja, though, just use Blink with the sword, and then you get the best of both worlds.
You can't go invisible though,
so you can instantly regenerate.
But
your
you
health.
have to be invisible.
Invisibility is the whole part of this thing.
I understand.
You're invisible. They can't shoot you because aim assist doesn't work, and you're like, it's great.
It's cool.
Yeah,
it's cool.
It's the best thing ever. I love it.
How'd it go, Chelsea?
I've really been enjoying that Hunter, man. It really is a lot of fun.
Because you walk around, you're like,
it's exactly like that.
Did you see animations for the sword tap?
Yeah, because I was like, that's crazy. That looks like they must have mocapped you. I mean,
yeah.
That was.
I've been playing a lot. Use that sword a bit.
It's fun, and I don't feel like any of the other class-specific swords really had that kind of effect for me.
Same.
The Skull Crusher is pretty good for the Titan, and it's a really fun experience, but it doesn't change the way you feel. Like, it doesn't have that same feel. If the Titan was holding the Skull Crusher and then maybe went like this, like had a different
that'd be cool.
walk about them,
Yeah.
that would have been something. But they did do something really special for the Hunter and the sword.
Yeah, it's very cool.
And it feels kind of strange that they only have that one like anime run for that one sword.
Mm-hmm.
Right?
I think it's the same animation as the Arc Strider run.
Oh, okay.
Is it?
Oh, maybe.
It
yeah,
looks extremely similar.
It's similar, but
like
it's
with
not
the one
same.
hand out in the front. It's like the one hand out in the front, and then
but the Arc Strider has this like it's like you got this like clear kind of like like you're like have a football and you're going forward type of thing.
Show us.
We need some.
But I do wonder if like maybe that means that like with the Iron Banner looking all samurai look, like maybe there'll be an Iron Banner sword.
Ooh.
That we can also
I like
dig
that.
it.
Oh,
Which actually,
yes,
we got to see what's coming with Iron Banner.
yes, we did.
Notice that
Yeah.
they didn't actually show any weapons.
They did not.
What does this mean?
Shaders only.
dun.
Shaders only. That's
No
what it
weapons will be dropping as wards. Just
Hold up.
They actually
Wait,
they
what?
don't even mention weapons, do
they
they?
don't.
No.
Dude,
I saw armor.
I'm assuming it's like just they're keeping it under wraps. Do you
think
guys
so?
think there's no weapons coming? I'm gonna be
I mean,
disappointed.
I hope.
I
not.
want to be
Very
surprised.
suspicious.
I want to be surprised.
Briar, did you say
Very
you hope not?
suspicious.
The
No, I hope there is weapons.
Oh,
coming.
okay. I was gonna say, like, I want to see a ninja sword,
so.
like Jake said. I want a samurai sword.
Yeah, that would
So-
be amazing.
How
So
about dual
Iron-
katanas?
Oh,
And not katanas, but those was it Leonardo or
Yeah, Sai.
size?
The Sai. Yeah.
Oh
Was it-
yeah.
Who was
Let's
one?
just have
Who's
giant-
the turtle with the size?
Raphael.
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 Yeah.
who's the turtle?
Ralph.
Somebody
Ralph.
in chat's gonna just
John Ralphio from Parks and Rec.
Essentially Ralph.
This is Leonardo. What a nerd. All right, so
It'd be
it
cool if like
begins-
everybody got different melee weapons.
Over
Like
tap.
if the warlock had a staff and the titan had an axe, or something along those lines. It'd be fun.
That'd be
It
great.
would.
Yeah.
It'd be only fair.
That would be
So
cool.
October 10th at 2 a.m. We got back to the 2 a.m. start times.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So did they
Looking
confirm
forward
it in
to
the TWAB? Did they confirm in the
Yeah,
TWAB that there's
like
no
Iron Banner.
no
did.
weapons?
No, they just don't mention them or show them.
talk about it.
Okay, it's just I mean the armor looks amazing. I'm very excited about Iron Banner coming and getting in there, and because you know why? It's just control.
You get to play Control.
It's just
Woo!
control.
Let's get
Do you think they'll have like a new
fast.
map for Iron Banner?
Oh, don't be awesome if they did.
Oh, that
That'd
would
be
be
cool.
really.
'Cause they have
They
a
don't
new map
announce weapons
everything so
or
far.
anything, so they're hiding something back. They're going to give us the good stuff.
The big twist is there's no weapons being played in Iron Banner. All
Yes,
fists.
just melee.
It's only melee.
only.
It's just your sword.
I'm cool with that. I'm
Only
cool with that.
That'd be awesome.
Sword,
sword all
only.
day.
Iron Banner.
And that's the only kind of ammo that drops ever.
Yes,
Sword
sword
I'm cool
ammo.
with that.
There
I'm
are
great with
actually
that.
a lot of changes to Iron Banner.
yes. We could
The
go
combat will be different, or will be between two teams of 4 players. So
That's-
that's the same.
Same.
Your fighting abilities, not your power level, will decide the outcome. So power level, there will be no power level advantage.
That's right.
Bounties and ranks have been replaced with an Iron Banner engram.
Okay.
Yeah. Which
Same kind of token system as you have with everything else.
How can you compete? You've got to complete the campaign, and you've got to visit Salad Man in the tower.
I think I know where he's going to spawn too.
Where?
Like above the gunsmith on the next level. There's this giant round, empty thing space. I'm like, that's like where a giant iron thing would plop down.
I could imagine a big on fire sign that says Iron Banner.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Guys, why is this is so weird? Okay, so we've had the rally faction, and then Iron Banner is coming in the tower. Why didn't they use the farm?
That's true.
The farm is dead.
Access. Yeah.
No,
Maybe we could just
go
send
play soccer
Dead
there,
Orbit
Tefty.
there.
You can
a
have
little footy.
You can actually play soccer in the tower too.
Tower.
So you think Salad Man? Do you think
for
do
a
you
way
think we're
game?
gonna go to the? Do you think we're gonna go to the farm?
No, they said he's going to be in the tower, and I was like, "You mean the
that's right.
farm
He's gonna
is?"
be under the Traveler,
Yeah.
is what they said.
Oh,
Yeah.
really? I thought they said tower. I could have misread that.
Oh, that's
That's the same.
The traveler
It's the same
kind of
thing.
exploded a bit, so we're kind of under him. He's got bits flying around.
Yeah.
If they do some sort of Halloween event, I am expecting it to be like Ava Levante comes back and is in the farm or something. Because otherwise, this cool social
Bring her
space.
back.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Otherwise, this cool social space
Hey,
is
Rice
just
and
like,
pumpkin patches.
I'm down.
Yeah, there you go. We can have. Yeah, perfect. The farm can have pumpkin patches.
Can
It
we
needs to
have
be in
one of
the
those
farm.
little tractor rides? They're
Tractor
not
thing?
at all.
Cool. I'm down.
Can we have like a spook
Corn maze?
forest
Yeah,
where things
corn
jump
maze.
out at us?
I just want that
They
social
do-
space
they
to
do
be
specify,
more useful.
Back to the weapon thing. They do specify what's in it for you. Claim brand new armor wrought in the forges of the Iron Lords. Like that's where you put weapons, right?
Yeah.
Claim brand new weapons and armor wrought in the forges of the Iron.
Historically, they've always shown what weapons could drop.
That's
Yeah.
right. We are not seeing any weapons here.
We're not.
The
It scares
character
me.
models have no weapons.
Guys, is this cut content?
Oh shit! Tefty.
God damn it.
Oh no.
You'll get weapons
no.
DLC.
Oh, no. Pay to win?
All right, I can't deal. I'm gonna go get another glass of wine.
All right, so next
no.
week, besides the Iron Banner, we're also going to be getting the Prestige Mode Raid. That one's dropping on Tuesday at 10 a.m. Pacific.
This is big. I mean, I did not expect Iron Banner to drop, and then all of a sudden, boom, prestige mode.
It's literally if you want to
Both
play
are the
Iron
same
Banner.
week. Yeah.
Well,
If you
there's
want
this.
to play Iron Banner at launch, you're gonna be getting no sleep if you want to also do the Prestige, right?
Yeah,
One
So-
right into the other.
yeah.
I have one quick thing to say about
Okay.
Siege Raid. I'm just going to read the quote as is.
I know what
Mechanical
it is.
changes to the encounters are minimal, but they are there. The Prestige Raid is about mastering a more punishing sandbox. Our goal is not to provide a boon to your character progression, but there are unique rewards to help you shine.
I bet it's literally just more dogs.
More shaders.
I could see more dogs.
300% more dogs. Yeah.
300%.
There's
More
I
shade
mean,
in
there's
every
a
encounter.
bunch of flowers that there's no dogs for. So
That's true.
Oh, you're right,
It's
Watts,
gonna
yeah.
be more dogs.
Yeah, you're right.
Did you say, Watts?
So you don't think there's going to be an alternate set of weapons and armor? You think it's just going to
No.
be a different shader?
I mean, they literally say that in there. It's like there's no different loot. There's just
No, they
going-
said no different progression, meaning for light level.
Okay.
Because
Okay.
It's
some
gonna
people
be
are
all
thinking
cosmetic.
350. And
Yeah, okay.
it's obviously Prestige is not bringing 350. There's been stuff data mined though for Prestige armor.
Mhm.
So I'm assuming there's a Prestige set that's going to drop. Probably no weapons though, which is kind of depressing.
a little bit.
But there might be another Callus shader.
Oh, you're right.
Mostly
Prestige
purple
shader,
with some gold.
shiny purple.
Different
More
shades.
purple, more gold.
Maybe it's
I like
just-
shaders, but I really like weapons and armor.
Mhm.
Well, there's going to be armor. I'm almost positive about that. It's just the weapon situation is a little.
Okay, so wait. You're
Lackluster?
almost, you're
Yeah, a little
almost
lackluster.
positive about that because
Okay, you were gone. You were gone for this, Pope. I
okay.
read the quote in the TWAB where
All right.
they Prestige is about mastering more punching sandbox. The goal is to provide a boon to your character progression, but there are unique rewards to help you shine. Basically,
Okay. All right, armor.
Yeah.
Yeah. Armor and some
like-
weird thing that you put in your head that nobody likes.
It's probably an emblem or something.
Yeah, emblem too. Shader.
Definitely.
Shader, emblem, and some crown. Aura, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. So a new prestige mode. Do you think there's going to be a new like world's first attempt?
They said they're counting it.
Yeah.
In the 12.
Yep.
Yeah, cool. Well,
ECP
by
world's
us,
first?
by us, are we getting it or what, guys? Let's
I don't
go.
know, Tefty. Are you gonna wake up at 10 a.m.?
Here's the thing.
It's a high.
It's hard,
World
right?
high.
It's hard, yeah. I want to play Iron Banner because it's going to be Control.
Well, you wake up at 2 a.m. and you play some Iron Banner. You got 8 hours of Iron Banner.
That's
before we even
when
raid.
I end my streams.
Oh my god.
You're all warmed up. You're perfect.
Pull an all-nighter, Tefty. You got this. All dare.
Pull an all dare. Pull an all dare. Oh, man.
All right.
What if you
we've
wake
got-
up at 1 a.m.? Wake up at 1 a.m.
This is my
Play
normal
Iron
stream
Banner.
time, though. I stream from 6-ish in the afternoon, West Coast time, to about 2, 3, sometimes 4 in the morning.
So wake up at 1 a.m.
And there,
Play Iron Banner at 2.
and there's plenty of time for about 6 hours of sleep in there. You're good. Just wake up, get some coffee enema. You're good to go.
You say a coffee enema?
Yeah, hell yeah, baby.
Don't knock it until you try it, Tefty.
Exactly.
It's phenomenal.
We're not advocating for those. Please don't do it. We're not liable for any medical
Yeah,
things.
that's
So that will
dangerous.
definitely go
That's
But if
wrong.
you do it,
Shit.
tell
The
us all
dangers.
about it.
The dangers of a coffee enema.
Man, that description really worries me. You
Yeah.
know, the prestige raid
that-
is about mastering and more punishing. So the enemies are going to be more.
Well, they're
you
going
know,
to be tougher. Like when you play Prestige Nightfall, they're tougher. They seem to like two-shot you.
Yeah, there are unique rewards to help you shine. That says to be shaders in Aura.
Yeah.
Is that enough
And-
to play the prestige?
I take the auras off because
Right.
in PvP they make my head glow a little bit more, and I don't want you knowing where my head is.
It's a big target.
Yeah, exactly.
So,
All right.
yeah, I think that's the thing. Like Jake, you said, like, is that enough? Like, do you find that exciting for a prestige reward?
I like new look and stuff, especially
Just
if
the armor.
especially if the
yeah.
armor has the glow like the Trials armor does. Maybe it has like a purple glow on it. I think that would look awesome.
That would
I
look
don't.
cool.
It would look really cool. I think with the whole prestige thing, and again, this is like end game hardcore content, right? They're trying to make it more just cosmetic stuff, so people don't feel like they're left out of getting higher rewards.
Mhm.
Fuck that. Sorry.
Whoa!
Man, not
Oh,
again.
Patrick, Eric.
Sorry, you complete higher level content. I want a reward that's of the higher level content. You
Yes,
know,
absolutely.
Honestly, I agree. I really do, because this whole discussion of, casual versus hardcore, blah blah blah. Like, even if you are a quote unquote casual and you only have, say, a couple hours per week to do this stuff, you see other people doing cool content, and you think, I would like to be able to do that content one day. Like, it's not like you
True.
suddenly feel left out. And you're like, well, that's never going to be me. It's more like, oh, there's something that I could possibly strive for in the future to get to that point. So it's a little lame that they decided to just, well, what's the point? Aside from a completion.
So, I think it's really great that Lays happens to be on the podcast this week.
Yeah.
So, in year one, I tried to help you at one point, and I unfortunately failed. But I think this is a good little story to bring up. You never went flawless in year one.
Oh yeah, or ever actually.
Or yeah, ever. I tried to at one point. It wasn't your fault. It was. I'm gonna blame the map that week.
It's also like I have like a crippling feeling of like that I'm always getting into people's way and stuff. So like when I think we only tried like once or something.
Yeah, we tried once. It was at like a really odd time for me, and
And
I
then-
couldn't find that extra person to really help.
Yeah, and then I was like, oh, maybe I'm taking up too much of your time. Maybe you just go on without me. So yeah. Then I tried with a few more other streamers and just never worked. Never worked out.
It
Yeah.
worked out.
Yeah.
So what was the draw to make you go flawless in Destiny 1?
It was just like the fact that there's a thing that you never attained. So it wasn't about like the rewards or anything. It was just like, yeah, there's a thing out there. I never got to the lighthouse. I'd like to experience that, and I think that's the same with most people. They just having something blocked off in a game feels like that is a draw. You know, it's pretty powerful.
Okay.
Cosmetic stuff being available to people who have done the prestige mode raid, I think is fine.
Yeah.
But you block off armor and stuff. Whatever.
No, there should be like another tier armor. It doesn't even have to have extra perks. It just needs to look different. The weapons should look different, at least. It should be more. I think it should be more than cosmetic. I think there should be, like, if you've attained that level of rating, then I think what they did with the adept, or what were they called for the hard mode raid in King's Fall? Were they adept?
I think it was adept, wasn't it?
All right, yeah, like those weapons would help you raid, like, and that's all they really did, right? They weren't really great PvP weapons. I guess the sniper was pretty good, but the normal mode sniper was just as good as the hard mode sniper.
Harrowed was the thing.
Oh,
Thank you, Chad.
Harrowed, yeah.
Yep.
I don't know, like, I think that's cool. Like, if you get weapons that make the raid a little bit easier for you after you've already completed the prestige mode raid, and then you can get in there and help other people do the prestige mode raid, I think that's a cool reward.
That is.
That is cool. That is cool.
Agree. Yeah.
Where what we're lacking right now is interesting build variety, and they could have added that stuff with these prestige mode gear. So it doesn't break PvP, but it gives you another option for build to do a raid in. Because right now I just like, well, as long as my armor has enough recovery, then I'm okay to do a raid.
Basically, yeah.
There's a few exotics that break that rule, but it's not enough to. Like, you're not going to get exotics out of the prestige that are exclusive to the prestige raid. They need to make some of those legendaries actually matter a little bit more.
So with them saying that their goal is not to provide a boon to your character, does that mean that all the armor, it probably won't include an extra perk or anything?
No extra perks.
Which
that's too bad.
Yeah, exactly. It would have been nice if there's some sort of thing that says, hey, you do more damage to Callus when you're above 50 skulls or something like that,
or maybe just do more damage to skulls. Like, there you go.
That would be an amazing perk.
So you can.
I would love that.
I don't know. It is kind of disappointing that the raid armor, as a whole, from what we've seen, doesn't have any perks that differentiate it from the raid, or like it doesn't have any perks
for the raid.
For the raid,
yeah.
I would love it if it did.
Yeah, the best example was you go to you play Wrath of Machine, and you're like, oh man, I hope I get these gloves. Because the gloves were so useful for the raid.
Oh, they're so good. Yeah.
You could do the raid without it. Clearly, we did it the first time.
Yeah.
But those gloves came in clutch. They were really helpful. You get more heavy drops and all that. They took out those things, which were they were exciting carrots to grab for raiding. Now, if you get the armor, it's like, well, you can look like the raid set, but that's about it.
They could even expand on that. Like, they could have made the weapon-specific armor, the planet-specific armor, have perks specifically for that planet, like 10% increase damage, 20%,
exactly. Yeah.
So then you're like, okay, this armor is for this planet. I put this on when I go farming on this planet. It also helps you realize where it's from. Like, I feel like they could have gone even more down that route instead of being like, take away everything.
Yeah.
Just get rid of it all.
Just cosmetic now. Well, and there's mobility too. But,
well, they're having a serious problem right now in if you read up on social media and the forums and things like that. There's more voices out there talking about the lack of endgame than I've heard before in the past.
So I did a poll before faction rallies came out, and I was genuinely curious. I was like, how many people are okay with the endgame?
It's genuine.
Yeah.
Just so you know, Ted.
Oh yeah, I know.
If you're gonna be correcting, Patrick, no, I'm just kidding. I was giving you a hard time. You said genuinely.
I was genuinely curious. Genuine.
Not a word.
Genuine curious. Whatever.
I'm
gonna keep saying genuinely because it's bad.
There you go.
It's poor grammar. I was curious about people who were okay with how the endgame is, or treated PvP as their endgame, or thought it could use some work, or just straight up hated it. and 60 to 70% are enjoying it. You know, so I think yes, there is a big outcry over lack of things to do as quote unquote endgame people, and
Sure.
And it's easy to see because once you do put in enough hours, you will see that they've essentially collected all that stuff. But in Bungie's defense, most of the population is having fun and still collecting a lot of things. So eventually they'll get there, you know, but they're not there right now. Maybe another month, maybe 2 months.
I'm in a unique position because I had a lot of time off with the baby, and I can sit there and bounce her at night and play. So I've gotten a little bit more time than I normally would. But even now, I'm still not done with everything.
Mm-hmm.
I'm still doing content, and so for me, it's really hard. I say something nice about the game on Twitter, and then I get attacked by all these people who don't think there's enough end game, or they think the game should be better. And I guess I just got frustrated this week because, you know what, there's a lot of people really enjoying the game, and it's okay to let other people enjoy the game and not to shit on somebody else's parade, you know? I know
when somebody's having fun, you don't necessarily have to shit on it. Let them have some fun.
Let them have fun.
Yeah.
You know, and we all play at our different speeds. And on this podcast last week, we were pretty critical of, not critical, we were saying how we thought the game could be better. And that's criticism. That's instructive. You know, that's positive criticism. We're not, you know, what I'm talking about is people who get on there like, you're fucking dumb because, you know, this reason.
Those are the people that you block on Twitter, Pope. Like, I don't even know why you're talking about them. Like, these are garbage people that you don't need to listen to.
I guess there's more people. There's just more people out there than I've seen before, and I'm not sure where this influx of population has. And it's just taking a general feel from the social health of the community right now, and I feel it's a little toxic.
Well,
it's definitely toxic.
It's been a month since this new game came out.
Right.
I think they, more than anything, just need to add goals to stuff. Doesn't even need to be hard goals, but having, you know, entry-level goals, medium goals, end game goals, just something for all players to work towards. No matter how big or how small it is, that's something that you could look at and be like, I want to achieve that one day. And at the moment, pretty much everything we get is just, oh, we randomly got this thing from an engram. We don't have anything that is a goal that we reached, that we got that and we got the stuff.
Yeah.
For the most part.
It would be nice to have a page where you can track some of those achievements.
The record book.
That would be
true.
a record book.
Yeah.
We need a
That's
record.
why, you know, I've mentioned this before, but it's like there's so many things that we got throughout the expansions of Destiny 1 that really would be nice to have back, you know, and I hope we don't have to wait for expansions to get them back. Like, I hope it doesn't follow that same progress where, you know, we get small expansion that adds a record book, and then, you know, the next expansion adds
Private matches.
You know, private matches. Like, I hope we aren't waiting like years and years to get the stuff that we had from the expansions of Destiny 1. The game, in a very real way, does feel like a sequel to Destiny 1 vanilla, but doesn't seem to take account the expansions, the progress that was made to Destiny in the expansions in a very real way.
Yeah, quite a bit.
I do get that feeling too.
It's a new game. It's a new game, and we got it.
It sure is. It
sure
absolutely is. And it's a better game than I think Destiny 1 was in many, many ways. Is there a problem in the end game? I think there is a problem in the end game.
There is, for sure.
I agree.
I'm not going to be calling somebody who's enjoying the game stupid because they enjoy it and they don't recognize the personal fucking problems I have, though.
Yeah,
that's ridiculous.
Yeah, people getting angry over people enjoying the game. That's just dumb.
No, that's ridiculous.
I sent out a
comments.
message. I sent out a message like, you know, hey, here are my faction. I really enjoyed the faction wars and how cool your guardians look. And the shit posts that I got back from that were insane. You know, it's like, hey, I'm having fun. I like dressing my warlock up in silly stuff and, you know, taking photos of them. I mean,
there's a lot of really nice dresses for warlocks.
I mean, warlocks wear great dresses, and I want to wear.
I want to wear every single one of them.
I want to wear every dress, and I want to take photos of me being fabulous and post them on Twitter.
There you go. And you are allowed to
Yeah.
do that.
Thank you.
There's like people are allowed to enjoy the game, and you are allowed to have opinions of how the game can improve.
Exactly.
Like those two things can exist in the same universe.
And in a way, I was hoping to bring this up just because everybody that listens to the show, just be a part of that positive conversation that's going on in the community. If somebody posts something or talks about it in a loving way that they're having fun, say, "Hey, man, good for you, good for you," and then if there's something constructive you want to add, Bungie's given many ways of you doing that in a constructive way that doesn't put other people down.
This podcast exists because we want to make the game, or not make the game, but we want to give feedback in the game to make it better. Because if it was just pure roses, then we'd be like, "Oh, the game's great, guys. It's great. All right, great podcast. Bye, guys. It was great.
Everything's awesome.
Everything's right. It's good.
Well, see, the thing is, I joined this podcast so I could, give Patrick a hard time. So we don't really
accomplished.
There is a lot of staying power in that.
Yeah, I'm hanging around just for that reason. So I don't know about you guys.
It's the gift that keeps on giving.
Mhm.
It gives back.
Exactly.
Every week, I just love it. More and more.
I'm sorry.
Great.
Trying to reach maximum teeth grit for Pat. Not quite there yet.
Mhm.
Oh, we still have more to go.
Oh, yeah. I think we're halfway there at best.
About halfway there. Yep.
I'll be very interested to see how November plays out because they have not brought online their third platform yet, PC. And I think, I don't know this for sure, but I think they're holding out some stuff because they would like the PC to experience some new stuff as well with us. So console gets like a full cycle of Iron Banner, phallic reaction, rally
Oh my god, that
factions.
sounds so much better than the rally faction.
The phallic reactions? Oh my god. I'm hoping there's going to be some stuff that's going to be in November that they're going to introduce that will then lead up to a DLC that is.
We get a hint of that, Tefty.
We get a hint.
We get a hint that there's more.
Did we?
Scroll down on the thwab, my friend.
Can you read it
shortly
out?
under the TwitchCon banner?
Oh yeah.
Yes, the thwab.
Yeah,
There is
The
a TwitchCon banner, and
Genuine
it says the panel
thwab.
discussion is the seasons of Destiny.
Yeah, because they keep saying seasons.
And what are seasons, my friend?
Yeah.
What will change from season to season?
Yeah.
How many seasons can we expect?
Sure.
When does season 2 begin? Dun dun dun.
We get to know all about that TwitchCon.
Yeah.
So that's going to happen October 20th, and I have a theory as to what we're looking at.
Do you know?
Oh.
What's that?
Ah.
Yes, I have a theory. And let me just digress here for just a moment. And I'm going to switch over to my convenient, I was not playing,
Nice blue
PlayStation
screen.
4 that's already set up. And go to my character, which happens to have a reference to seasons in it in a very inconspicuous way. I don't know if you guys have noticed it.
In the clan page?
Uh-huh.
Like getting a max clan rank or something?
Yeah, there's season.
We've known about that since.
Right, I know, but do you think that's what they're referencing?
Yes, that is
100%.
absolutely what they're referencing.
Well, what are they talking about then, Patrick? I'm trying to add some drama to this conversation.
But they also reference Iron Banner season, faction
Thank you.
season. It's not
Let's
just clan
speculate
season.
wildly.
Okay.
So what does that mean? What does it mean?
I want to know.
All right.
I thought
Is,
you were
is,
about to
is this
offer
the
up a
season of the
theory.
samurai?
I did. I was until you guys just
Samurai
shat on it.
season. I like samurai
Samurai
season.
I
season.
was about to give
It's
my
samurai
my
season.
but
It's samurai season. We figured it out.
Dig it.
Next season 2 is gonna be, I don't know, season of the
It's gonna be
fairies.
like
Fairies?
Sword Art Online, where
Yes.
it goes from European style to then like
Yes.
the
How about-
fairies and then the gun.
No, how about we get a season of Amkaras? Everything's Ahamkara design.
Oh,
That would
yeah,
be dope.
beautiful. Love it.
Ahamkara weapons.
Pirate
Yes.
season,
Gimme.
Viking season.
Well,
Oh,
this panel is taking place in the Cool Cat Theater, so maybe cat.
Cat season.
Cat
Cat
Yeah.
season? Kato?
Perfect. I'm happy.
Cat samurais.
I don't know.
Ooh, even better. Cat samurais.
Even
So
better.
I think it's something associated to clans, and the seasons are going to be competitions amongst the clans.
so
But we're already in
They
a
are-
season right now.
the season
There's
is
no-
mentioned in the clan page, but if you look at the way scoring is done on the clan, like every clan is going to be essentially tied.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like at the end of the season,
Because
like
there's a limit.
Yeah.
Because it's limited. There is no real way to excel. Like if you've got an active clan,
I think what we're seeing here is a hold screen until they had time to activate it.
That's possible.
This is getting all the clans engaged and gives them some rewards and incentivize people to show up. I think we're going to start seeing some pretty interesting stuff come out of this.
I will say that the clan system does seem to be, at least early, a pretty big success from what I've seen, just anecdotally. A lot of people want to join clans right now because they are getting rewarded for it, because then they can make friends to do Trials of the Nine, raids, Nightfalls with. Like the system they put in place with the clans does seem to incentivize both people wanting to join clans and clans wanting to get new members, right? Yeah. It's pretty big. So if they're going to build on top of that, I think that's great.
Yeah.
That's what the seasons is.
So one of the big problems that they have right now is nothing is measurable. As we know, like Destiny 2 does a fantastic job of getting you to want to hit 260 or 265, and everybody can agree like that ride was fantastic. But once you get past that and you start hitting the now max light, there's nothing measurable aside from your clan. Like you said, once your clan max out the XP, that's it. Like you can count the number of times you get a bright engram, but I don't know how many times I leveled up my weaponsmith faction. Weaponed up my levelsmith faction, guys.
Weaponed up my level.
I'm just flipping everything today.
I think Dim has it listed, but there's no representation in game, right?
So that's what blows my mind. You can actually see the amount in Dim, yet it's not in game.
I'm at 140. Good God!
Like what? Why wouldn't they put that in the game? Like that's an interesting number to keep track of.
It is.
It does seem like they have stopped keeping track of a lot of numbers in general. Like, if you level up your faction, you can't see the number anymore, and just
people like seeing numbers go up.
I like numbers.
The thing is, though, is that we saw those numbers in Destiny 1, and that set up expectations that Bungie didn't necessarily fulfill. Not through, in my opinion, not through fault of Bungie. They just didn't expect a player to be like, oh, I hit level 100 with New Monarchy. I think I'm about to get something really cool. Nope. It's just, you just go to 101, right? Yeah. So if you hide that number, then the expectation goes away. You know what I mean?
But at the same time, I like seeing a number go up.
Same. I think everybody likes seeing that. That's why people continue to play COD. They like seeing that prestige go up.
Yeah, and it's the lowest possible bar for them to, lowest thing for them to do.
Yeah.
Low hanging fruit.
It's weird.
Yeah.
It's easy low hanging fruit. You don't have to create new content for it. Yeah. Just allow us to compete against our own.
So getting back to the seasons, what do you guys think is actually going to be like? What
it's going to reset?
Going to consist?
It's going to reset the whole clan level back to 0, and you're going to have to regrind it back up.
As well as your light level.
Why? Like for what purpose?
Light level would be great, actually. No, it's definitely going to do that for the clan. I would be very surprised if the clan doesn't reset back to 0.
Well, for what purpose? Like who cares at this point?
I agree, Briar.
If they did that and added different perks, they were like, we're resetting it, and now rank 1 through 6, you get different clan perks. Then that would make sense. You unlock different perks. I'm hoping it's not just start back from 0, guys, because that's fun. That would be super fun.
Yeah, like the current system, I'm looking at it right now. We're season 1, we're at rank 5 right now. My clan is, and like most of the benefits that I'm getting when I inspect the clan banner: gain additional glimmer when looting engrams. Okay, increase public event rewards. So that would have been really sweet when we were leveling up. Improves rewards from eliminating Cabal enemies. Sweet during like campaign. Like there's a lot of stuff that like by the time we're getting to it in the clan, as far as like starting out at the beginning, it's like, oh well, that would have been great a week ago or 2 weeks ago.
For us, yes. For people,
I know for us, yes. Yeah.
For people who are still only putting in a few hours per week, it's actually nice if they're a part of clan that has that.
I would love it if they completely reset the rolls on weapons and armor, and we're just like new stuff to get. It's a new season.
That'd be nice.
New rolls on everything.
That'd be really nice.
I'll be honest, I'm expecting that. Like I feel like they have to introduce. We talked about this before. If they were going to have set weapon rolls, then they need to have a lot of weapons in the system. And if they're only going to give us this amount in the beginning, then they really need to refresh this really fast, a lot. You know?
So do you think we're going to get new weapons, or do you think we're just going to get new set of rolls on the weapons we got?
They're going to be new rolls.
I think it's going to be a mix of both.
I think it's going to be the exact same weapons, and it resets to 0. The clan thing.
That's depressing.
That is pretty depressing.
The other reason
I like being proved wrong.
But they're having a whole Twitch talk at TwitchCon about seasons. It can't just be like, guys, guess what? You get to start from 0 in your clan.
Hey, endgame. Welcome to the end game.
So maybe they were waiting for PC to jump in there before they really take the whole season thing and run with it. Like,
what day is the PC release?
24th.
It's October.
24th.
Yeah.
This is 4 days before the PC release.
Yep.
Oh, when they talk about seasons?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think Jake is 100% correct. They imagine PC comes out, and what if they suddenly switched up seasons and then you can't get access to the better devils on PC?
Yeah.
Yeah.
That'd be a little depressing, right?
It'll be kind of like Xbox only just getting the exclusives.
Oh my god.
Oh yeah.
On Destiny
I
1.
loved seeing some of those posts this week about people.
Those
going
were
back to Destiny
heartbreaking.
1.
You like that?
Yeah. No, I liked seeing because I'm like, oh, they're getting to finally experience that. Wow, that would have been great to hear a year ago, or a year and 6 months, or just a year and 9 months. It's this whole year-long exclusivity thing. It sucks.
2-year exclusive.
Mm.
Yeah.
But in the greatest the perfect scenario for seasons, wouldn't it be like where there's maybe a scoreboard or a PvP ranking system maybe? And
I would adore that.
That's what usually goes with seasons is you're
a rank
going up ranks or something. So maybe that's when they reveal there's a ranked PvP mode or something.
That would be amazing.
So that would be amazing if they did rank PvP. It would also clans could actually participate together in all kinds of different ways.
Yeah.
If it was like kind of like how they do in the faction rallies, where they count the tokens for the different vendors and all that. Like clan so and so won the weaponsmith, or was top in weaponsmith stuff, and clan so and so was top in the Crucible tokens and all that, and then also have an actual leaderboard as well. That'd be amazing.
I don't think we'll ever see leaderboards like that in this game.
Oh,
Patrick.
Look, I'm sorry. We've been asking for leaderboards in every single thing for the past 3 goddamn
Literally,
years.
I think it was
and
in
even
Planet
a
Destiny
thing where it's a
Podcast
faction
1.
rally. Look, I know I'm being pessimistic, but we've seen even the faction rally was the perfect opportunity for it.
I agree.
It is literally a thing
you're
where
right.
we are wanting to compete against the factions within the entire player base, and there wasn't a leaderboard. Just announced the end of the week. Didn't even get to see what the end result was in the TWAB. There's no actual competition there.
Yeah.
It's just thing, get the loot, fuck you.
Yeah.
There's no competition. The fuck you is unwarranted. I'm sorry, but you have this opportunity. You've had it for so many things, and it's just not there.
It's true. Another huge miss out
right.
was that they didn't tell us throughout the week in game who was winning the faction rally.
It's because it was rigged. Let's be honest.
Yeah, it was probably rigged.
It was probably because it's rigged.
Yep.
But no, I agree. It's perfect time to put leaderboards. How can you get this excitement and hype of competing against the other factions and become closer to your fellow brothers and sisters if you can't even see who's winning?
Exactly. You're like, well, I put in enough tokens, hopefully. We'll see next week.
And then it's capped at 30, so why continue?
Planet had one of the best faction things ever, where it was constantly fluctuating because it was there and you could see it. All the times in the game, and there would be certain hours of the day where there'd be more of this faction on, so it would start to go up because more people were playing, and they took the lead. Now our faction needs to try to take the lead back. Oh no, we didn't get it. You log back on maybe a day or two later because you had to go do stuff, and you saw that your faction is finally getting close there. So you want to compete. If you want to compete, instead of just hand people loot, have the thing in there.
Yeah, it makes sense. It makes sense, and then people that would make people try to get other people to play.
Mm-hmm.
Get back on and rep this faction.
Yep.
That seems like something they really should have done. I don't know why.
It really is.
Yeah.
Yeah. I'm hoping that they can add this stuff. easily.
Yeah,
You know?
me too.
I'm hoping that with the PC gets released, and then they can like bring all this online at the same time, and then we have a great November with some interesting stuff, and then boom, it's DLC time in December. That brings even more features. Because we need it. We need it as a community. Stuff to get excited about like that.
You want to be excited about some stuff? Let me tell you about these wild mics and headphones. Just some of the iconic gear that Blue creates. Blue's award-winning products, the driving force behind professional musicians, internet creators, and countless elite gaming teams and Twitch streamers, too. Their Yeti USB microphones, the internet's most popular microphone, and their Sadie and Lola headphones deliver insane sound and a very personalized fit. We've been using them here for at least for a year.
It's been a while.
And then probably some more change between all of us. Year, almost like two years now between us. If you want to learn more about Blue and their fabulous products, go bluemic.com. Not Blue Mic, just bluemic.com.
Blue Mic.
Blue Mic. I hope you guys have that registered Blue. To get on it.
I want a blue mic. Why is there not a blue microphone?
They sell so.
The Bluebird is a blue mic. That is blue.
Yeah.
Okay.
There's also the blue bottle, and it's
the blue bottle.
It's also about $4,000.
Yeah, it's about $4,000. I don't want to, as much as I want to say, hey, go big for your internet dreams and get that $4,000 blue bottle mic. I don't think it's the right tool for the job.
Nope,
at the same
definitely
time.
not. Way too sensitive.
Yeah, it's a really good mic. In addition to Blue mics, you guys noticed at the very beginning of the podcast, we were talking about a specific controller, the Scuff controllers. I don't have an ad copy to read for this, so let's wing it. We've been using Scuff controllers. A lot of us have for also even longer. And we've
3 years.
Microphones, like 3 years.
Is everybody using the Impact?
Yes.
I switch back and forth
They are
between
the
Impact
best.
and the Pro.
Impact is great.
Impacts are awesome.
I guess
they're
that
They're
also
going to
shows
be,
that we are all on PlayStation as well.
Yeah, I guess so.
but they worked.
Plug those
They
in
worked.
the PC.
It worked incredibly well during the PC beta.
What I like about it
They work
is
great
that
on PC.
it feels like an Xbox 360 controller.
It does.
The best controller, objectively, of all time.
I agree with you.
I really enjoy the customizations that they offer in stick height and types, from these domed controllers to the concave controllers. The height, they're all very adjustable. And I like that you can to shoot like a paintball gun, with the 2 fingers. So,
So
if I want to
sweaty.
shoot fast.
So sweaty.
So there's longer.
Calls
they have
itself a
longer
casual.
triggers.
Yeah.
I just use rapid fire mods.
Mapping these bottom triggers are really and to be able, if you don't want to use them and you just want to get them out of the way, popping them off. That
Just
way you
take
don't
'em off.
accidentally hit them.
Yep.
Also, super easy to replace if you need to replace them.
sometimes-
I didn't even know they came off.
Yeah.
Great.
Yeah,
I just
super
got
easy.
mine
You rage
yesterday.
and you might break them.
And Pope, since we're sponsored by Scuff now as well, where can they go to find out about Scuff?
Yeah, well,
It's scuffgaming.com.
Scuffgaming.com.
Use code
yeah.
DCP for
DCP.
5% off your controller, and it helps out the podcast too. It helps us pay our lovely artist Ash, who does some fantastic work for us every week. Also goes to pay our person who edits our MP3s every week now, because we are very busy people. So
It's
so busy.
Yeah.
So
my
busy.
God.
I'm so
But
busy.
you know what?
with my
We,
other-
I must have Cheetos, guys.
It also contributes. They also contributed to our giveaway, which
Yes.
one of our fine listeners will be winning. The raffle stops as of the podcast, and the winner has been picked randomly by Gleam, and they will be notified soon. This week, they will be notified of their winning. So we will invite them on the. We are going to be inviting them to a special
little
Little
get together.
little get together.
We're not paying for a
And,
plane flight.
No plane flights, just a special get
An
together,
online get together.
an online get together.
Mhm.
Yes.
And
This sounds
and
so creepy.
this does-
Pretty creepy sounding.
it wasn't meant to be creepy. We just want to
It's gonna be
surprise the
creepy.
person that's getting it, and then we will announce who they are next week. I also want to extend this option to you guys with more information coming out from on-air PC. If you did not win the competition, we will be posting on the DCP Twitter, the Destiny Compound Twitter, how you can, if you wanted to buy the same build that we are going to be giving away, if you wanted to buy it, we have come up with a special pricing and package for our listeners. And if you, with code DCP, you can get a special price on that same computer.
Woo.
So it's really awesome to from those guys on Air PC for doing that. We are also going to be doing another giveaway for another computer coming up for the DLC. So if you didn't win this time, maybe you'll win next time. Our goal is to reward our listeners and fans of the show with opportunities to win cool stuff.
And get more people on the PC so they could join my clan so I can get free loot.
I thought if your clan is like cross-platform, you can still get loot.
You can.
Yeah, I have 3 clans.
Oh.
One on Xbox, one on PS4, and one on PC.
All right.
Same.
All right, dude.
So we're going to give a lot more information out for you guys. Lots of chances to win. We wanted to thank our partners, Scuff Gaming and On Air PC, as well as Razer for donating products and time to making sure that these giveaways can make somebody's day.
This is a really dope giveaway. I mean, honestly, like
really
I'm pretty
good
excited for whoever wins it because you're getting a gaming PC, you're getting a Scuff controller, you're getting a full set of Destiny themed Razer peripherals.
I would
like,
show
you're
you
gonna
that,
be,
but it's in my room.
You're gonna be like good to go right out of the box. I think you got to get a monitor. Does it come with a monitor?
Nope.
I can't remember.
No
monitors.
No monitor.
My commitment was that if you were a console player and did not have a PC in your house, you would get a box that you would open up, set up, and be able to play. It comes with a copy of the special edition, not the special, the online, the deluxe
yeah.
edition of Destiny 2.
It's got all the
So you don't have to buy
DLCs
anything.
and everything. Yeah.
Just boom, it's ready to go.
It's awesome.
All
That's
right.
pretty cool.
Yeah. So good luck. You will find out shortly within the next day or so if you are the winner. And good luck.
Thanks for everybody who entered, and
Yeah, absolutely.
enter again next time because.
Yep. It'll be cool.
All right, let's do some Twitter questions.
Yes, please.
I didn't mention it earlier, but I think that this week we got more questions for our guests than we've ever had. And I'm being absolutely honest. I honestly think we got more questions for our guests than we've ever had for a guest in the past.
Wow.
So a lot of them were duplicates. A lot of them had to do with the watermelon shader.
Do you know
I
how
just
many
wanted you to
times I
know.
get that question
I
on the
bet
daily?
you do.
Maybe we can
Pizza
answer
Key
that here.
88 actually says, how excited were you when you found out that Destiny 2 had a watermelon shader?
I felt my soul leave my body when I people. Oh, like I didn't get. I mean, of course I was there when the game launched, but I didn't get the watermelon shader till like a week later. But from day one, I had just people like showing me pictures of their character and like, yeah, and I was like, oh, did they put this in for me, or like what exactly? Why is this there? And I've had people at Bungie tell me, oh, it's probably a coincidence or something. And then I've had other people at Bungie said, no, that's probably for you, man. You should. So I don't know what to feel, but yeah.
You know, it's really awesome that they did little things like this in the game. I felt a large sense of pride and joy when I was playing, and the I'm blanking now on the character who says it. He talks about Hawthorne talks about a clan of all dads.
Wow,
And,
I didn't know that.
And it was like I had people message me on Twitter, like as one of the founders of Dads of Destiny. I was like, you know, there was lots of other dad themed clans out there, and it wasn't a direct reference to us, but it felt awesome. We were one of the first large clans out there, and I think we were the first community focus and the first ride along and stuff like that. So, cool. I mean, we had a really great history at the beginning of Destiny, and it was really good to feel that nod. And I mean, I thought of you immediately when I saw the shader.
Yeah, I
and
did too. Absolutely.
It's cool that there's other things like that in there.
And even if it has nothing to do with me, like a watermelon shader is exactly what I wanted in the game. So, I was like, come on, just make a good green shader. And so I was like over the moon, and it's probably the reason I think Destiny 2 should be like game of the year, probably just because
watermelon shader.
Got a watermelon shader, game of the year.
That's all I need. Yeah.
That's all it needed.
So are you now locked into the watermelon shader? Can you switch shaders? Like,
No.
you can't.
No.
Yeah.
The shader,
Yeah,
the
no,
shader
of course
endgame
not.
is
Not even a
off
question.
limits.
Any new piece of equipment, I immediately put the watermelon shader on.
Did you stock up on watermelon?
Yeah. The lady over there was like selling it like I think last week or something. Was you could get it from the Bright Dust or whatever.
Yeah.
So I just like I hoarded all the Bright Dust. I think I spent like $20 just to get more Bright Dust, and then I bought like 100 of them
100
all at once.
That's gonna
Nice.
Wow.
that's gonna last you for a bit.
I'm actually down to 50.
Woo.
Yeah. You
Yeah.
start running out quick. I bought like 50 of the golden trace, I think, shader, and I'm down to about 20 of them.
Mhm.
Yeah. You also lose glimmer really fast too.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes, you do.
Yep.
Especially when it's 15,000 for your ship.
Oh my god. Worth it though.
Or
Yeah.
50,000 for a scout rifle. That's bad. Yeah.
It's not bad.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's
Oh, it
bad.
Looking for those Mako prices over there. Spooky Sea Gaming says, what advice would you give to anyone getting into some Destiny art or just art and drawing in general?
Well, first, I'd suggest go follow DestinyCom Art on Twitter because you'll at least see a lot of inspiring stuff from different Destiny artists, and then but just like the best thing you can do is just start drawing. So like draw your character or just draw things that you see in game. There's a thing on your controller where you can take a screenshot of the game, like just like go out on like a photography trip in Destiny or something. Like go out and like take home a bunch of screenshots and then draw what you see, what you've done, and yeah, just go from there.
I know this question was for you, but I'm gonna give an answer as well. One of the coolest things to see if you are trying to get better at art or any task is like save the first thing that you did. Save that first piece of art that you drew.
Right.
And then every 3 months, just save one piece. You don't have to make it that far apart. Make it like every week, save something. And then compare, like after X amount of time, compare that first thing you did to your current stuff.
Yeah.
And you can see improvement. And then that's one of the biggest things is it's hard to notice you improving as an artist.
Yeah.
But when you have that first thing to compare to, you're like, oh man, that was bad.
Yeah, because you really don't. You'd never. It happened when you're practicing art and stuff. It happens to yourself, so it's hard to evaluate like yourself, and it's a slow process. And you're like, oh, I'm never improving. It's kind of like I don't know. I would say it's like gaming too, like especially in Destiny PvP, like. With skill-based matchmaking, you always feel like I'm not improving at all. Like I still get like around the same average score, and you can't tell. And then one day you go on like a fresh account and you
Go on the PC
PvP.
beta.
Yeah, you go on the PC beta and I'm like, I'm a god.
Yeah.
You realize you actually improved.
Yeah.
So it is good to like take stock of like how far you've walked
Absolutely.
once in a while.
I used to do that with music production where I would be awful with naming things, so I would just give dates, be like, "This is today's beat," and then I'd usually take like every 6 months I'd go back and listen to some of the stuff that I was doing, and it was always interesting to hear the journeys that I was going through. Like if I was going through a synth phase or a hip hop phase or a acoustic drum phase, like different things that would catch my ear. Then that sometimes I would be like, "Why did I do that?" Or other times I'd be like, "Wow, this was really good. I should pull this back up." Interesting stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's good advice.
Over the Bill says, how do you feel player population will be affected by the PC release of Destiny 2? Also, I'm Pope Bear's spirit animal, FYI.
He is very active on my Twitter. He's a great guy.
Honestly, I don't feel like the console is going to be impacted that much by it. You hear a lot about people switching over. Those are usually like the 1% crowd that wants to, the type of people that want the unlimited frames and everything.
The Church of Unlimited Frames.
Yeah, those guys.
Sorry.
You don't really associate with them that much.
I was converted.
okay.
I was converted at once. I drank the Kool-Aid. I pledged allegiance. But then the further I'm away from it, the more I realized it was a sham. It was Jonestown all over again.
Oh man!
How dare you call my setup a sham?
It's a sham. It's a sham.
Those frames were
fake.
glorious,
That's
and I
a
know you
sham.
dream about them.
I dream about nothing.
You dream about them every day. You think, God, that looks so amazing.
Let's be
I need
real.
to see
Pope
it
doesn't
again.
dream about anything other than sleep right now. With a
It's
with a
really.
newborn.
I got 3 hours of sleep last night, and I was so excited.
If Pope can get 3 hours of sleep and still show up to a 10 a.m. raid, yeah, Tefty, you can too.
Oh. Snap.
It's not about.
Shade.
It's late.
No. I'm hearing excuses.
No, it's
hearing
because of
excuses.
the launch of Destiny 2. I've had really late nights that have not equated to getting the greatest sleep. So,
Geez, sounds like what we're all going through, Tefty.
yeah, I know. I'm just being honest.
I know.
I mean, my sleep schedule is pretty normal. Pretty good. I got a little sick last week, but other than that, I'm okay.
Yeah. Back to the original question, though. I don't think population is going to be affected that much by it.
Yeah.
The population's going down right now because a lot of the population's kind of played the game and they're like, okay, we've played it, we've done basically everything, and those players are going to move on to something else, maybe come back for DLC. Just goes up, goes down.
Yeah.
If you follow a lot of streamers and YouTubers, I think you'll see it'll look like a lot of people are moving over because a lot of streamers are going to switch over to the PC. A lot of YouTubers are going to switch over to PC. Just because it makes for better content, right? It looks better, and it's more interesting to see. It's a no-brainer if you have a PC that'll run it. Stream or YouTube the PC version. But I think people are pretty happy overall with the PS4 version.
Yeah, I mean, I'm
Xbox
playing
version.
the PS4. It's gorgeous. I mean, yes, I was tempted by the sweet, supple nipple of unlimited
You
frames.
literally have 2 people sending you free PCs to send to play Destiny 2 on. Don't give me that bullshit that you were tempted, but you've turned it away.
Yeah.
You've been on this
shouldn't.
give me another PC. Give me another PC.
Unbelievable, Pope. This
We're trying
is
to get a
talking
dual
about-
PC setup going on.
some
over there.
ridiculous
Trying to-
slander
I'm
against the
getting
Church
to
of
it.
Unlimited Frames. You were once
All I'm
welcome.
You're
saying
not
is
fooling
they-
anybody.
They are a vehicle to use and I just choose to get a utility vehicle to get groceries versus Tefty's Ferrari that he drives around. See, some are just unreasonable, and others are good utility.
Hey, that 60 FPS experience is going to be a really nice utility vehicle. It's going to be great on your eyes.
That is a Ferrari, and you know it. What?
No, I'm
what
saying
kind of,
that you'll be able to have a nice 60 FPS experience with a wider field of view.
What's your uptake? What's your maintenance upkeep on your habit? I mean, dude,
PC is the equivalent of owning a nice car, like a Mercedes versus a fucking Honda.
I want to know how much money he sets aside. Like, what percentage of your income is set aside just to keep your habit running?
Let's
20%.
just say it's a nice write-off. Okay.
Okay. All right.
Oh.
Okay. So that kind of like race I can't be a part of.
I'm not saying you should. I'm not saying that
Right.
you need to go for the upper echelon of frames per second and experience sheer beauty directly into your retinas. What I'm saying is that you can definitely get around with a nice sedan that's going to give you some 60 FPS experience with wide field of view.
No,
That's all.
So-
60 FPS
Right.
is still going to be a lot more than 30.
It's going to be nice eye candy. It's
Yeah.
not.
It is nice ink.
It's not going.
It's not going to take
yeah.
a supercomputer to
Sure,
get it.
sure.
Exactly.
When I want to have a beautiful home cooked meal, I'll be on my PS4. When I want to never mind. This analogy is going the wrong way.
Beautiful home cooked. Yeah,
Never mind.
We're getting ready to trash that one.
We're gonna empty that analogy. We're
It's
gonna go on to
equivalent of
something
going to
else.
McDonald's. All right. Can we move past this, please?
Yes.
Yeah, I will be shunning Pope from now on about this.
Okay. Yeah. And, okay. Dave Breyer, what's that next question?
Angel with an Afro says, Angel with an Afro, I need to point out, your Twitter pic, you don't have an afro. It's very upsetting to me. It's false advertising.
I am, yeah.
Lies.
No.
All right,
No,
anyhow.
it's bad.
Question: Is your kill assist death ratio or KD score affected after Shaxx calls the match and people are still able to kill each other
Ooh.
over those last few seconds? Has anybody tested this?
Kills, I believe, do count.
Do they?
So it's time to farm after everyone stops moving. You better keep farming.
Yeah, if there's like
Does
3
it actually
seconds.
count? It doesn't make sense if it would because all that data is
Yeah.
aggregated to a per match type of thing.
Yeah, I don't want anybody like messing with my ratios.
It counts in trials at the
it
end of
counts in
matches
trials.
because you get super
You be
energy.
sure my sweaty KD
Yeah,
now.
'cause
Oh my God.
I'll jump off the map or do something stupid, and then there it's going down. My KDA is going down.
So it is reflected then.
But that's in your. Did your KD go down? Hold up. Were you able to keep track?
After the round was killed? Yeah, after the round was
After
done.
match score.
Oh no, not in between rounds. We're talking about once the game is done though.
Yeah. You know, there's that
Yeah.
couple seconds before your guy's like,
Yeah.
and then
during
somebody
control.
has thrown a grenade on you, and you're frozen, but the grenade's like,
You're just taking
Yep,
damage
yep.
to
And then,
the
you're like,
ah!
ugh. Does that count?
That was a nice pulse grenade imitation, by the way,
Thank you.
because
Yeah.
you know
Which is completely
those are the
balanced.
only
by the
nades.
way. It is completely balanced.
the only thing unbalanced
I got
about a pulse nade is arc striders don't have one. Come on,
There you
Bungie.
go.
Let's
That's what I'm saying. There we
flux
go.
grenade can
Yeah.
take a hike. Let's get
Yeah,
that
we
pulse
don't
nade
need
in there.
We don't
We're
need
good.
it.
In there,
Put the
We're
pulse
balanced.
grenades. Yeah.
but it needs to be smaller and much more agile. Just instead of like poof, poof, it's like poof,
or like one explosion and it sticks to you, just like a
yeah, like a flux grenade.
Multiple explosions, but also
Makes
sticks
a
to you.
click sound. And
Yeah.
Yeah.
I like it.
Ray Richter says, what are your predictions on challenge modes of Leviathan?
Yes.
More dogs. Literally just
Yeah.
more dogs.
I think
That's
you're
all.
right, Watts. It's probably going to be 8 dogs total.
It's gonna be 8
Yeah,
dogs.
and there's going to be in the gauntlet, each person is going to have to run the gauntlet instead of
And make
having
it at
one
the
run.
end.
Ooh,
Make it at
that's
the
a
end.
good
Yep.
one, Pope.
Yeah, I
Easy enough.
think everybody's going to have to slam at the end.
Yep.
Well, no. In addition to everybody slamming at the end, everybody's going to have to take a turn running.
Oh, I think that would be for challenge mode. I don't think that would be for prestige.
Wow.
wait, is there going to be one more mode after
Yeah.
challenge mode? Is there
Well,
like a third?
Historically,
Yeah.
we've had heroic and then challenges. And
Oh yeah.
we don't know.
Oh, yeah.
I'm pretty sure they named this
I haven't-
prestige mode because you're literally just getting stuff to make you look more prestigious. That's why it's not called hard mode, so people don't expect it to be significantly harder.
You're right. Yep.
It's all
More dogs.
semantics.
More dogs.
More
What
dogs.
about the bathers? More bath?
naked
More
babies.
balls.
More nakeds?
They're gonna
More
they're gonna
balls.
have more health. It's gonna be harder to kill.
They're going to
them
have
before
3
they
instead of just 2.
knock you out.
They're gonna.
With the balls?
Yeah, I don't know.
Wait, what?
They're going to knock you out with the balls.
That water's going to be way hotter.
Super hot.
Way hot.
And they're gonna teabag the
Ooh,
snot out of you.
actually, what if you only get half the psionic protection? Instead of 50, you get 25.
So people gotta be speedy.
Pretty tough.
You're like, come
Hurry up.
on, my
But
protection's
it
running
wouldn't
out.
matter if you're a hunter because apparently you run the same speed as a Titan.
Yes.
Do.
Yeah, that's
Well, unless I
Well,
have,
actually, Titans run faster if you're a striker.
Yeah, actually. Let's see here. Goat. TJ.
Wait, are we done
Wait,
with that?
what about Callus?
Yeah.
What's going to change about Callus?
He's gonna have 2 cups. He's gonna be double fisted.
It's,
And instead
he's-
of clapping,
He's playing Edward 40 Hands with the cups
Yeah,
the entire
yeah.
time.
He's gonna have a beer bong. Just
Beer Bong Callus with laser face.
beer bong.
throws his wine at you. Halfway through damage phase, you get like weird grape junk all over.
You
Great
Can't
junk.
see properly.
You gotta
Grape
do a
junk.
cake stand longer than him.
I don't know. From the from the way the TWAB read, it doesn't sound like they're going heavy on new mechanics. It's just going to be harder enemies in there.
They're gonna be
I'm
there.
really hoping it's not a Crotazin, or where it's just, hey, you know all those red health bar enemies? They're yellow health bars now.
Oh.
Hey.
But I
So
get the feeling.
someone in chat just said, it was X1 Killa, said Callus will teleport 3 random people each time. Instead of choosing who gets to stay inside,
could see
it will
that.
randomly teleport someone. That would be pretty
I could see
cool
that, yeah.
if that was a
Yeah.
thing.
See,
That
what
would
we got to
actually
do,
be
Watts, is just take the 3 people that want to get teleported and need to be
Put 'em in the back.
cool. Put
Put
'em in the back.
because it didn't get fixed in year 2. Because that's a patch
it
from
was
year 1.
apparently unintended. Yeah.
It was
Yeah.
a patch from year 1, so it hasn't been implemented in
Mhm.
Destiny
Yep.
2.
There you go.
Goat JV TJ215 says Flashpoint public events seem barren at times. For me,
Yes.
quite often having to complete it solo for the last 2 weeks. My bad luck or a bigger issue?
Multiple issues there. First off, like loading into a zone, I've noticed if you fast travel, there was one night where I just could not load it. I could not fast travel into a populated zone. I had to travel to it normally, and then it would load in.
Oh, interesting.
Fine. Another thing is
I've
like,
also found that out.
yeah, another thing is like your, I think it's your NAT settings. If they are restricted or closed, you're basically not going to be able to match with people. One night when I was uploading the podcast, I could not match with anyone in any public instance because I couldn't do it. The game wouldn't let me. So sometimes connections affect it. Sometimes fast traveling. Try to get to the event with plenty of time so maybe other people can join into your instance. Don't just go to the one that's immediately starting. It definitely feels like there's some bad luck in there too.
Have you seen some funkiness like during the faction wars? I was farming the rig on Titan. What is it called? The Lost Sector there.
Oh.
And I loaded in and I was farming it, and I got in there and none of the enemies saw me.
Yeah,
And none of the enemies shot at me. And I went in there and I was walking around. I was dancing with the ogre. I'm like, dancing with the ogre. Like, I was in there, and for like a couple of times I went back and forth, and none of them saw me. And I was like, "Hey, I'm in."
That's awesome.
That's Pope luck, man. That's Pope RNG.
Yeah, I was doing rounds, and I'm like, "Hey!" And then eventually it just clicked, and then they all started shooting me and killed me.
You're like, who's this asshole? Kill him.
It was great for a while there. I don't know if you guys have had that experience where you're just like,
I have not.
it's like you're not even there.
I haven't.
I've
Only
had the tower
PvP.
not spawn
Only
anything in it for about 5 minutes.
I've
Yeah.
been consistently have the tower crash my game. It's annoying as hell.
Yeah, I've had that too.
Yeah,
Are you on PS4
the
Pro?
tower is an issue.
PS4 Pro. I notice if
Is
I'm
the farm an issue though?
probably not.
Maybe they should move everyone to the farm.
Of course, I don't go to the farm anymore, so I don't know if it's an issue.
Yeah,
Damn.
the farm is really good. It's kind of gone down lately.
because there's no one there,
There's
so
nothing-
I'm having to load in a bunch of
Yeah, it's
stuff.
just Tyra Karn, who's got better RNG, but you can't turn any other stuff. I'll say with the fast travel thing, I noticed that a few times there was nobody there. What I would do is just fast travel like sometimes up to 5 times, and then there'd be like a fire team of 3 there. Then we'd complete it. I don't know if you guys are doing the double or triple dipping.
Tell me more. I noticed you mentioned something about triple dip.
Oh god, the triple dip is
Yeah.
luxurious.
So I like personally when I get a banana split, I go with the triple dip.
Yeah.
I triple dip it.
All right.
So I'm big into the triple dips.
Well,
I want to know
certain
what
public
is a triple
events
dip.
can net you
All
a
right.
double dip pretty consistently. If the trick is
Okay.
to not be the only one at the public event. If you're the only one at the public event, then you're going to be getting double dipped. Okay. You're the person
okay.
who's setting that
You're the
instance
one that's gonna be
aside
dipped.
for someone else to come in and double or triple dip that instance. So what you want to do is make sure that you are in an instance with 3 other. You got to be solo. You can't do this in a team. You want an instance that does have 2 or 3 other guardians there already, so you can knock that
Okay.
sucker out. Just bam,
Boom.
blow up the ship, get Valis whatever his nuts is, blow him up with the coil, get out of there, grab the chest, and then immediately fast travel back to that place. And there's like, if you do it fast enough, there's a 50-50 chance that another event is happening right there. That you can be like, oh, let me hop in there.
Now, Tefty.
Yes.
Let me explain something to you. The dip does work with the teammates.
Mm-hmm.
Your teammates have to go to another location on that planet. You go up and come back down. They join you, and it's back
So
again.
that adds a lot of time. So
Sure,
if you want to
course.
get the elusive triple dip, you got
The
to do it.
triple
So
dip. That's what I want to know. I
I've
haven't been
triple
able to get
dipped.
it.
I've gotten really close to a quad dip. And other people tell me they've quad dipped, but I'm like, yeah, right.
You know,
Yeah, right.
yeah,
There's
right.
been rumors.
Rumors.
There's been rumors
You
of a
know,
quad dip
if,
somewhere.
if you don't like have video, obviously it didn't happen. So
What's the best type
This
of
is-
event to get a triple dip?
Titan, Titan's public events are definitely the best because sometimes people don't kill the tank fast enough. So the Titan one with the tank really works out well. The blight surprisingly can be good because if you're there with people who all have coils and pop that sucker open immediately, then you can kill that elite or the pseudo boss right away and then fast travel, and then there'll be another person, a lonely guardian, trying to do the event solo, and again, that's the person who's going to get double dipped on because they're trying to solo that public event.
So you're basically screwing your buddy.
No, it's
Yeah,
it's a
You're
blueberry.
screwing strangers.
It's a blueberry. You're helping the
You're
blueberry
helping,
out.
you're helping them finish the
You're
event.
screwing a blueberry.
No,
No, you're helping them
No.
out.
The blueberry
What are
is
you
like,
talking
I'm
about?
struggling. I don't know what I'm doing. Help a brother
Okay.
out or a
Oh,
sister
here's
out.
Tefty. He's double dipping. Welcome. Come on over.
Yeah, boom. This might have been my triple dip. You don't even know.
All right, I'm out. I'm gonna try for the triple.
Yeah, I hit that box and then
What I
poof,
want you
I
to
disappear.
If you get, I want you to get the elusive quad dip
Oh god.
and
One day.
tag me in that tweet. I want to be one of the first people to know if you quad dip.
One day
Love the
Yes.
quad dip.
I will. It might happen.
always
It,
recording
it might happen in unlimited frames because it's hard. And maybe I have an M2 SSD. One of those pretty fast drives, so the game's going to be
Loads
pretty
in a little
speedy.
faster.
It's
Yeah.
going to
Yeah,
load in.
And you
yeah.
got the mouse
maybe.
to navigate the menu. a little
Now even
faster.
faster.
Yes, just boom, boom, boom. Bam, bam. With the M2
Can you set up
drive,
hotkeys for that, where you just press a button and it does all those?
maybe. Who knows?
Got a macro set up for the double dip.
I'm gonna get that
quad dip.
Enter the macro. Lock it in.
One day I will achieve the quad dip, and it might be on unlimited frames.
All right. I want to.
This is one of those little kind of meta games the community makes up, like we had in the House of Wolves, where everybody was rushing, getting the chest, rushing out of the area, coming back to get the chest
Yes.
again.
Yep.
That
Yeah.
Bungie is absolutely gonna patch.
They
No,
destroy that.
They will.
How are they going to patch it though?
Absolutely gonna patch.
How are they going to patch it without
gonna-
breaking
they're
it?
I
gonna
don't know.
Take away fast
I don't
travel.
They're,
Mhm.
they're going to
Oh.
patch the
would
rig
suck.
on Titan. They're going to do that.
Should they though? Let's be honest.
No, they shouldn't. No, absolutely not.
Is
This
that
a
a
fun
cheese?
thing.
Is that a cheese? Is it
Come
a
on.
glitch?
It's just
What is it?
They limited, but they
Fun.
limited it to 30 to get weapons and
No,
armor,
except
right?
for
So even
Future
if you're,
Warful. No.
well, yeah, but that was a bug.
let us
But if
have
they-
the double dip.
Yeah, if they limited it, then
It's
I don't see
endgame
the
content.
It is endgame content, and again,
That is
it's helping.
endgame.
It's helping blueberries that didn't know how to do the event, or they were struggling with shooting the ship down on the extractor, and then you show up, you're like, or with your coil, that thing goes away, and then you kill the Valis. It's great. It creates community camaraderie.
I'm with Dreamweb here in chat. We're discussing this before a lockout timer due to Tefty. A public event lockout timer.
Oh,
You know,
Oh my god.
Yeah, you're gonna
That would be
they're gonna-
terrible.
That
They're
would
gonna
be
call
so
it
bad.
the Tefty
Yeah.
timer.
That would be so bad.
The TT. You just got TT'd.
One day, I hope, if I do ever get the quad dip, I would hope that something miraculous happens where I'm like, exotic, boom. I get the first exotic, we're like, whoa. Then I go and do the double dip. I'm like, exotic, boom. Second exotic, this is insane. Then go do the triple dip work and be like, oh my God, we're on the way to the triple dip. Boom, exotic. Oh my God, 3 exotic. This can't be possible. Oh my God. Then I hit the quad dip. It actually worked. Oh my God, there's a quad one going on. You get it right at the last second, because that's usually how it is with these triple or quad dips. They're literally just 5 seconds left. You get in there, you put one bullet into the wizard, because if you don't shoot something in there, you won't get the
Can't
box. It won't pop
Right.
up. You'll
Yeah.
get screwed out of it. Then you go over there, 4 exotics.
So you're saying that blueberry that
What is the
just
RNG on that?
I'm really
Exactly.
liking how
That
excited
helped
you
you.
are.
Exactly.
I don't know. I don't
Can
know.
we
if
go
I can
on to
support
something
this.
else, please?
I wanted to address the question real quick. Is there any LFGs for public events? Like, is anybody doing that? Because it seems like that's the way to go. If you're
I
sick
have
of
no
like
idea.
being alone in public events, like check an LFG site because that seems like the most chill crowd is probably doing public events, right?
Probably.
Like nobody's saying you got to have Galahorn to do a public event with
No,
me.
they're saying that you've got to have the what is the new rocket launcher now?
Or
The coil.
No. The other
Dubious
one.
Valley. Sins of the past.
No.
There's another one?
Yeah, there's another one.
There's
that-
the
Which
Vanguard
one is this?
with,
Rocket?
The
Curtain
Vanguard.
Call? Curtain Call?
It is Curtain Call
Yeah.
is
Curtain
the
Call.
new Galahorn.
It's not the new Galahorn.
It's the new Galahorn.
It's the exact same thing as the Raid one.
Yeah, it's Sins of
It
the
is.
past.
It's not.
It's Sense of the Past.
It's amazing.
Cluster bombs are super inconsistent.
No.
Cluster bombs are cluster
Cluster
bombs.
They're
bombs
cluster
has-
bombs.
It has the perk. It has the perk of black powder.
What?
The perk black powder. This weapons explosives are more effective.
Oh, I didn't know
Oh.
I had that. Wow. Okay.
Oh.
So there you go. I'm teaching you something, and the raid one does not have that.
All right, Gavin Richbridger says, I'm in a small friend-only clan. As a small team, we struggle to get clan rewards. We don't really want to open the floodgates. How could Bungie help?
Guided games.
Got it, games. Yeah.
There you go.
Yep. 100%.
You don't want to open the floodgates to new clan members. How is Bungie going to help you? That's my question.
I don't want to listen. I don't
Like,
want
we
to
want more
open
clan
everyone
members,
into
but we don't
my.
want to. We don't want new clan members.
But I want new clan members to do the
Listen,
raid. But I don't want
listen,
new clan
listen.
members.
We want more people, but we don't want more people. You know what I mean?
Right.
You know what I'm
It's an
saying?
inflection.
We want
thing.
more
It's like-
people, but
Yeah.
we don't want new people.
We want people to do the work, but we ain't put them in the clan.
Yeah, we want experienced raiders that are already up and running to join our clan. We don't want to actually have to teach anybody anything.
Well, guided games would be the thing, right? If you have a clan of like 4 people and you want to do the raid, guided games. Grab
Boom.
2 other people. Then you get the clan rewards.
Get it.
Which
Apparently,
are nice.
Times the guided games are super long too. So
Yeah, I
Yeah.
challenge. This is a good time to challenge every clan out there to commit to at least one guided games raid and one guided games nightfall per week. Do it. Do it now. Commit to at least one
there
per
should
week.
be clan rewards for doing guided games.
There absolutely
There
should.
are.
Are there?
Yes.
There's one emblem.
Emblem.
It's a.
Oh God! An emblem.
Hey, speaking of emblems, did
There could be more.
you guys get that emblem from the oh, I guess it actually drops in all what is it called when you're doing public events? I forgot the name of it.
It's called the triple dip.
Not the quad
Does
dip.
it have anything to do with being
When the
a
extra
dip?
boss spawns in a public event,
heroic?
heroics. No, it's when
It's
Flashpoint.
Flashpoint.
God, I don't know why I couldn't think of Flashpoint. Did you guys get that emblem? The yellow one?
That's
We got
just
so many emblems. I have
that's
no
just
idea.
for like completing a heroic event.
No, different one.
What do they mean even? What are they?
It's
what
a
are those
different emblem.
emblems?
A lot of people are asking me about this emblem because apparently it's relatively rare to drop, and it only drops from the extra boss that spawns during a flashpoint in that heroic event.
I have no idea what it is. I usually delete
Yeah.
them.
Gone Hunting is the name of it. That's the name of the.
Oh yes, I saw
Is
that.
Yeah.
it? All right, Gone Hunting. I'll have to look and see if I got it.
Yeah,
I was. It
Because, you wouldn't know what it was unless you...
it's yellow. It actually looks really
Okay.
cool.
was like a sword or something.
Uh-huh.
Right?
I had a lot of people asking me, be like, "What's that emblem? What's that? Yo, man, what's
See, we
that
need more
emblem?"
stuff like
Now-
that.
Exactly. And I was
That's what
like,
we need.
in the middle of a third dip, and I'd be like, "I don't know, man. I'm triple dipping."
Oh my god.
You're in the middle of dipping and you don't have time to look at the rewards. When I
Arrow
dip, you dip,
says-
we dip. I'm sorry.
Arrow says, could it be that Bungie has removed the grind to make the initial game more accessible and will add more hardcore elements as time goes on?
It's possible. It's definitely possible. It would make sense if they were like, okay, well, let's make sure that most people coming to the game are satisfied right off the bat. And if we're going to add more stuff added in later, it makes sense. I'm hopeful. It's also possible this is just what we have.
It's possible. I've seen streamers promoting this idea, and it is an attractive idea if you want more endgame, but I see no evidence for that. In fact, if you look at the lifespan of Destiny 1, the game has gotten more casual as it went on.
Yeah. But I was actually thinking about this today. Like, wasn't in one of maybe it was like the Taken King or something. Like the sleeper simulant didn't come out till like 6 months later or something, and like there is even like articles being.
I think it was 6 weeks actually.
Oh, it was that soon?
It was.
Yeah. I thought it was like months.
It wasn't months. It was definitely. There was like a month that passed, but not. Not
there was like I remember Forbes articles about like how.
Oh yeah.
Like sleeper simulant, the best weapon that you haven't got yet.
Mm-hmm.
And like.
Yeah, definitely.
How's it gonna be released?
I'm expecting something like that for sure.
Yeah.
But you know what? Here's the thing. It could be something like you said earlier. Like they want to wait for the PC to get online. That community to start becoming mature. You know, have end game content.
Whoa,
going.
You're expecting the PC community to be mature?
I meant mature their light level, not actual maturity level.
Okay, my bad.
Like when you hang out with some of those priests in the Church of Unlimited Frames, you mature quick.
Oh my god!
The deacons.
That is inappropriate, sir.
Oh my god!
There goes all the sponsors.
Quick change to another question.
Oh man.
Bumbleboo Cannon says, is it just me, or are guided games queues just too long to ever warrant using them over a third-party app such as Seeker or a guide?
Yeah, they gotta be working on it. They have got to be working on it. They're gonna do something that I imagine we're gonna see where it will get those queues shorter.
So this was a really big problem with World of Warcraft, where the roles that you had, tank and healer, were the two most desired roles because they're kind of the most important, and they were also the least amount that would be in there. So groups looking for people are vastly outnumbered by the people looking to join groups. That's honestly the hardest part about this is the one side of the population is greatly outweighing the other, so a long queue time is basically always going to be there, and you can probably limit it with a couple different ways, but there's always going to be a massive wait time. And WoW,
if the population is there, let's make the assumption the population is there, then they need to do a software fix to lower the queue time. But if it's just a problem with the population not being there, like maybe you have way more seekers than guides, that's a hard problem to fix.
Exactly.
Well,
you could increase the rewards for being a guide.
That's what it is. They honestly,
that's what they got to do.
Exactly. Yeah, they need to have things that are exclusive to being a guide. Whether
that was one of the things that they did in WoW was those really kind of a little bit. They basically like the guides would get
that reward.
No, they had like stuff where it was like guide, the equivalent of guide. So like the tanks and the healers would there would be a bounty placed on them, so they could be like, hey, we are looking for these particular roles to fill. You'll get extra hair. Or I don't know why I said hair. I read hair. I read hair in
extra
chat.
Hair.
Someone was talking about Watts' hair. Someone was talking about Watts' hair in chat. You'll get extra loot.
Extra hair on your chest.
Hair is hard to come.
There we go. Yes, you would get extra hairy loot.
Hair.
You mean you can have a beard and WoW?
Yes, you actually can.
Oh, that's it, guys. I quit Destiny. I'm going to WoW.
That's all it took to get you to finally
That's
play
it, man.
WoW?
That's all.
Just
don't you tell me
that
there's magic cards that have beards.
There are.
Oh, he's so.
I got to run over.
You could make a beard deck.
A beard deck,
of
exactly.
Beards.
I could do that.
I got to go over to my geekiest card shop and
you can just go to Walmart. It's fine.
Walmart,
aren't they?
Walmart.
We'll hook you up.
Walmart.
Do they have sales on Magic cards there?
Oh fuck yeah!
Don't
buy them there though. Support your local game shop
because they don't pay their employees.
Yeah, they also don't pay their employees, and they also accept like the boxes back of Magic cards, so people will like buy them from Walmart, take all the cards out, put in like a bunch of random crap, and then return it and be like, I didn't really want it, and then there you go.
Wow.
Wow.
Steve Goodlow says, do you think Bungie is holding back experiences like Black Spindle till the PC launch? We already talked about this, so I'm going to skip it. Buddy Pennington. So. I love that name. Buddy Pennington. Sounds like
name
a great guy to go have a beer with. Except he doesn't have a beard, does he? He has like a mixed drink, like a old fashioned or something.
Kind of just
you're
reminds
getting
me of Pennywise,
old-fashioned?
which is a clown. And
Buddy Pennington's handing out old fashions.
I feel that Dead Orbit is going to win the faction rally every time. What can Bungie do to prevent this?
Have the thing available, have the tracker, so we can see it, and then other people go like, wow, we need to actually up our game here. And then they start putting in more efforts towards their faction instead of it's just this nebulous, I don't know how many people are going for it.
Move Dead Orbit to the farm.
Wait. Where is he?
They do have a spot.
You're on it.
They do have a spot.
That's exactly it. Move it to the farm. Nobody will go there.
We'll go there.
Perfect.
Brilliant.
People were already complaining about having to run back all the way to Dead Orbit to pick Dead Orbit from the other side of the tower because there's no fast travel to that side. They're sure as shit not going to reload into the farm.
Definitely not.
That's why New Monarchy lost, because they're like on the other side.
Yeah, but New Monarchy's the first one that you visit after you complete after talking to all the factions, after you hear their little elevator.
Yeah, see, you have to go. I thought for sure they would have the advantage, but people actually had to go all the way back to New Monarchy.
Dead Orbit.
And Dead Orbit to pledge, and they still won. They still won.
Yeah, I'm a little worried that we're just always gonna have Dead Orbit every single time because, in reality, the mass doesn't care about the weapons.
Yeah, and
or how they look. Apparently,
yeah.
I don't really know why they picked Dead Orbit.
We all know that Dead Orbit's the best, and you guys are just sore losers. So,
but they don't have anything that's the best.
Yeah, and they want.
We don't need.
We don't need.
Look, we don't need things, right? We don't need shaders and guns and things to be the best. We just are.
Because you abandon.
Look at our logo.
You just need someone who you can tell about how miserable you are and songs that help you express it.
That's right.
Yeah,
and maybe a hot topic in every mall.
I just imagine he's got a bunch of Elliott Smith playing in the background and just saying, let's leave the Traveler, screw it. It's literally, that's his agenda. Like,
they don't appreciate us here anyway. You don't even really know me.
I don't expect you guys to understand. Nobody ever understands us.
McG the Beast says, thoughts on no heavy machine guns, or am I the only one that misses them?
All of the heavy stuff is supposed to one-shot kill, right? Essentially.
Yeah.
Everything that one-shot kills is in the heavy slot.
Yeah.
So it's probably why machine guns aren't there. Also, and apparently auto rifles do better. Yeah, auto rifles are doing better than yeah. We got auto rifles, which are great in the raid. So.
Yeah, I'm not missing. I'm kind of curious where they went, but I'm not missing them.
Yeah, I think it's actually the way they have it set up right now is pretty good. I like the weapon system right now.
Yeah, I do as well.
Mm-hmm.
Solid says, would you guys rather go back to the reroll weapon system or keep it as all guns have the same perks?
I would actually like
if
armor had random rolls.
Yes.
So then I could see a piece of armor I like and be like, oh, it's mobility. Can't wear it. I want to get rid of that.
Yeah.
I want it to be random rolls because then it's easy, right? It's just mobility, resilience, and recovery. It's not complicated. It's not going to super imbalance PvP. It's just you get to wear the armor that looks good, that has the stat that you want.
Yeah. Yep.
That makes sense. I would love
that. Well, that does betray the setup of hunters having mobility being the faster and Titans not.
They could still have a base mobility that's faster. Like you could still have warlocks have base more recovery, and then the numbers are just add-ons to that.
Sorry, can I just point out here real quick that the mods for each class are the stats they already have an abundance of. Like the hunters for their class item, you can get more mobility. It's like I don't need it. It's on every piece of armor already.
Well, except for Future War Cult.
Well, so what you're saying is that you can't get faster when you run?
Yes, you do not.
You've had too much to drink tonight. I'm gonna have to ask you to.
Need you to dial back.
Yeah.
No, I just
need you to drink some coffee.
Hey,
sober up. You have a bit of a journey home.
No, I'm great. I'm in my house. I haven't had too much to drink. All I'm saying is
that's debatable.
That's debatable. Eyes are all Your eyes are all sunken. You're looking tired. That could just be from the baby, though.
I got 3 hours of sleep last night, Patrick.
And you've been drinking. Oh yeah, you're tired and you're definitely
the
drunk.
Baby was up from 2 a.m. till 5. That was my shift.
Whew. Babies sound fun.
Yeah, that doesn't.
Oh my gosh. Hey, I got a question.
Okay.
There's been some rumblings about the way PvP feels, and I've noticed on Twitter.
Okay.
I noticed some people coming in chat, and I asked actually for chat to just give me a quick yes or no if they're enjoying PvP, and it seemed to be pretty split. I want to know how you guys are feeling it. Like I personally am enjoying PvP right now, but always getting
Be specific. What kind of PvP?
the PvP that we have right now in comparison.
PvP that's not supremacy.
Oh, okay. Well,
Yeah.
I mean, it's annoying
Let's
to
be
have
specific.
Supremacy show up, and I do kind of vomit a little bit every time I see Supremacy in the corner,
Yeah.
But I prefer this setup right now as opposed to what we ended with in Destiny 1 with sticky, sidearm, ice break me in the face, sticky supers. I didn't like it.
Hefty.
I didn't like it. I quit playing Destiny's PvP for that reason. Because it was so ability focused. I like this, but there's a definite divide in the community right now where it seems like 50% love it, 50% hate it.
So for me, I wasn't enjoying it as much as Destiny 1. Not like immediate what we have right now in Destiny 1, but earlier on in Destiny 1. But as soon as I got weapons that complemented my playstyle, I started finding it a lot more fun. So something that I use right now is the Antiope, or the Antiope, however you'd say it, with Dragon's Shadow chest. And I'm able to be aggressive and kind of have those experiences that I did in D1. I get more supers, so it feels more like I'm playing D1 stuff. So I ended up really enjoying it. I played just today. I was like getting some gameplay for YouTube stuff, and I ended up really enjoying it. I was enjoying what I was experiencing. But before that, before I got stuff that complimented me wanting to go in there and just be like, oh, 4 people? Sure, let's see what happens. I wasn't having a good time. And I was like, oh, man, I miss feeling like a superhero like I did in D1. But I have been able to replicate that a little bit more in D2 now.
Interesting.
Yeah.
I mean, I suck all the time, so it doesn't matter if I'm in D1 or D2. But for me, I enjoy the teamwork that is better in D2. I feel like more people are, there's more teamwork and gunplay, and I appreciate that.
Yeah.
So I'm having more fun in D2.
Mm-hmm.
I kind of same thing as Watts. I was kind of enjoying it, but then once I really found a spec that I enjoyed playing, the Super Ninja Weeb spec, where I basically always have Quick Fang out, and I'm always running around with it because you get to see more of the play space. You run faster, which are like the two kind of, it fixes the low field of view that I've always been kind of iffy about, and then you run faster, which is really nice when the game feels a lot slower. Having the invis and everything on the and then Dragon Shadow chest piece, it's a super fun build to play with. And like my idea of fun end game and fun PvP is usually having that thing that I really enjoy playing and then trying to like just better myself, get really good at it to the point where I'm the best at it. That's what I like trying to do. So now that I found that spec, I'm able to do it, but the game as itself does need some stuff to definitely kind of even the playing field to allow people to find their specs that they like playing as well. Mm-hmm. Like just removing the effectiveness of high caliber rounds in PvP and explosive rounds would be a monumental change that would allow people to be able to use different weapons to find the different specs they like playing.
Yeah.
And it would basically allow people to have that game that they enjoy playing, rather than just this select thing that they enjoy playing.
That is actually what I'm enjoying right now, is that I still feel like we're in the early phases of Destiny 2. And yes, there are definitely meta weapons, like we know what the best weapons are, but I'm still having fun going in to the Crucible with the double sidearm setup and just trying to make it work. I'm still having fun experimenting with weapons that I've never used at all before, and just trying to make it work, seeing what I can find, seeing if I can, post a positive score with this weapon. That to me is a lot of fun. It's one of the best things about Destiny. It's one of the things that we really lost in Destiny 1 because it was just impossible to succeed in the Crucible at some point without having some of the best weapons because you're just getting massacred. So I've been having a lot of fun. Yeah, you definitely got to run with a team, especially in the competitive playlist. But in the quick play playlist, I find that if I just join in there, sometimes I get matched against a team and I get shellacked. Most of the time, I'm just having a good time.
Yeah, I have to actually really agree with Briar that in Destiny 2, it feels like, you can just take in any kind of loadout and have a good time still. And it hasn't become the Destiny that we saw in Destiny 1 where it's like you have to do slide shotgunning all the time or whatever, or use the grasp of Malik or your total shit, Like you really have to you really have the ability to, like Watts was saying, like pick a loadout that you like and just become really great at it. And I was actually I was kind of hating Destiny 1 PvP toward the end because by contrast, I guess I played Destiny 2 and it was so much more awesome. but then also in Destiny 2 PvP, it feels like you if you die, you know why you died, and there's a reason. You peeked around a corner and you saw all the other team there or something. But in Destiny 1, you could die because there's a guy hiding in a corner with a shotgun or a sniper from across the map or something, and that stuff happens so much more.
Much more frequent.
Yeah, a random sticky nade across the map and you're
exactly. Yeah, you're like, what? It doesn't feel that kind of stuff doesn't feel fair, I guess.
Yeah.
Especially to
it
someone
definitely does feel more fair.
Yeah.
For sure.
Yeah.
The primary gunfight thing really is attractive to me too. It partially just because it plays into, I'm a better player in Destiny 2 than I ever was in Destiny 1 just because the way Destiny 2 works just kind of suits me better than it does with Destiny 1. So I'm a little bit biased just because of that. But I like the primary gunplay. I like the fact that medium range gunfights are common, and they're decided by who hit more headshots as opposed to, a sticky grenade or a shotgun with ridiculous fucking range or 4 snipers staring at a door waiting for me to open it.
Yeah. That's why I don't really play Overwatch that much because I get to the point in Overwatch and then I'm suddenly killed by an arrow that came out of nowhere and I'm like, how did I even die? It doesn't feel fair. Yeah.
Freaking Hanzo.
Hanzo mains are the worst.
Yeah.
I'm a Genji main.
In
Destiny.
I want to
Destiny. Yeah.
Next question, I guess, but I just clicked off the questions.
We were just answering Tufty's question.
Yeah.
Oh, that's
right. I was just curious about that because, there's been a lot of rumblings and it seems like 50% of the community likes it and 50% is like, God, I wish D1 was back. I'm like, really? Because I have no desire to play D1.
They cannot mean year 3, D1. There's no way. I understand there's no way.
Yeah.
Actually, I have a clanmate who refuses to get into Destiny 2 because he does not like the PvP, and I can't figure out why. I mean, I think it's because he was addicted to No Land, but and there's no Land Beyond here.
He just has to find his No Land.
I know that's what I keep telling him, but
you just gotta find that thing. There's a weapon out there for everyone, I'm sure.
It's the tractor cannon.
It might be the tractor cannon. It might be.
Thing is, No Land.
I'll suggest that.
No Land was a spawn with a sniper type of meta. That's just not in D2. There's a lot of easy kills that are just out of D2 that were in D1. You can't have double stickies.
You don't have your sticky nades?
Yeah, you can't have an icebreaker regenerating ammo for you all the time.
Yeah.
It is refreshing. PvP is refreshing to have it be much more a move towards. It's not perfect, but it's definitely a move towards more competitive more balanced. I wouldn't say competitive. Balanced.
And
I
honestly,
agree with you there. It's definitely not perfect, but I
It's not
agree.
perfect,
I like the fundamentals.
Mhm.
I like the basics.
And I felt the same way that a lot of people are feeling. I was like, oh my gosh, I miss that feeling of D1 and just wanting to play it over and over and over again and having those superhero moments. I'm telling you, I found the loadout that worked for me. I am having that kind of fun in D2. I don't get team shot because I'm invisible behind the team. They don't know I'm there.
Hey, watch.
Dirty.
Hear me. If right now they introduced in December,
Yeah.
custom game modes,
Yeah.
and private matches in PvP.
Yep.
I mean,
It would
we're
be
in. We're in there.
It would be
We're
awesome.
in there. I think that. I mean, ultimately, if we got to, I know we've talked about this and we've lamented about it a little bit. If we get to a point where we can get Forge World going of some sort, a map creator element to this game, PvP is where it's at. It's always been for Halo, for Destiny.
I don't think. God, I hate how pessimistic I'm sounding on this damn podcast this week, but I don't think a Forge World would ever be something that could happen, that they would ever do.
Really?
I with how closely they try to tie everything into the lore of the game, like us, like I was thinking about how I could tie a Forge World into it.
The
Not
lore
the
is
only
just
thing
an
I could.
excuse, Patrick. It's
The
just,
lore is just an excuse, but it's something that they directly tie everything into the game. And if you had
but
this,
you
this
come
one
up with
thing,
the game mode, then you come up with the lore to support it. You don't do it in reverse.
Hey,
the
Tefty,
game's got to be fun first.
I muted Patrick. If he keeps like shitting on our parade, can you just
On
kick
it.
him?
I had an explanation.
They
for
can easily
how it
they
could
can easily
actually
put
work.
that.
My explanation was, okay, so we Guardians gained access to Vex technology, and we were able to create like these little world things that we can go there. That was my
We can
explanation.
call it,
more
instead
for
of Forge World, we can call it Vex World.
Sure.
There you go.
It's the holodeck.
Malice says, do you
Holodeck.
think there's
Exactly.
going to be more weapons coming out in the DLCs?
They're better.
I would be shocked if there wasn't.
I would be really confused if there were no new weapons in DLC. That
Yeah.
would
I'm
be
gonna-
weird.
yeah, that actually
I'm gonna
makes no
start.
sense.
I'm gonna start practicing Overwatch if that's what happens.
Silent J says, where did the inspiration for Exotic Watermelon's EXO come from? Was Legendary Blueberry Awoken ever an idea?
I can't say it was. And I guess I kind of explained how I started Watermelon EXO. Yeah, right? Did I?
You
From your
created it through
character.
the
Yeah.
creation.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Creation.
Yeah, it just kind of like it just came out of
Watermelon EXO is an extension of you and your personality in game.
yeah, exactly. And it is literally my character in Destiny, so that is
And the comic is inherently funny because it is your experience as a player is our experiences as a player in the game, and our frustrations are echoed through this innocent character running into these problems. It's literally the funniest thing that I've read in a while.
Thank you.
I appreciate it.
Thank you. And it was like so many of the jokes and stuff are just like things that actually happened to me where,
Inside jokes.
You get on a Sparrow and I accidentally went in reverse instead of forward because I thought it was like flipped or something. And then I went off the cliff behind where you get the Sparrow for the first time. So stuff like that. Or seeing dregs like hanging out in the Cosmodrome and you're like, why the hell is this? Why the hell are these dregs just hanging out in this abandoned shack? Like, why? It's like no reason for this. So
Vaping that ether.
yeah, I guess
There you go.
in the ether.
hanging out, unemployed dregs, I guess. I
Yeah,
don't
that's
know.
what they are. Unemployed dregs. Hanging out in the Cosmodrome.
Yeah.
I think this is a question that a lot of people have right now. Strickshot Gaming says, once you hit 305, what are you guys doing to keep busy? Destiny 2 seems really dry to me at the moment. What are you guys doing to keep busy?
The game won't give me all the exotics, so
I
Yeah.
finally
What are
got
you
all
missing?
of them. I finally got all of them.
What are you missing? Lon?
Vigilance Wing, Hardlight.
No hardlight? yet?
Hardlight.
Wow.
I've gotten like 7 of those. Shit.
Bless you.
I haven't
was the
gotten
first thing I got.
Tractor Cannon yet. I'm really looking forward to getting that.
Yeah, I'm still missing the tractor cannon. I just got the Borealis yesterday. So that was
Nice.
nice. Also,
I mentioned. Yeah.
I don't have the war rig yet either for my Titan.
I don't have that.
Yeah,
Oh, I
got
have that. Yeah,
so good.
That's
Yeah.
I mean, my warlock has nothing. But
Yeah, my warlock has whatever Zer's sold. That's
Yeah.
Yeah,
it.
that's the other thing. Armor.
Wait,
I haven't
can-
played any warlock yet, and I'm really low on my hunter.
Can we do a quick whip around? Speaking of Zer, can we do a quick whip around of like how many legendary shards you have?
1,700, I think.
Whoa.
I'm sitting at 800, and I'm a casual.
I
And I infuse everything. If there's like one light point higher, I spend 4 legendary
Watts
shards.
is probably at the most out of all because she only has like one character, basically.
I'm at 2,294.
Whoa!
damn.
Holy.
I'm at like 400 something.
I think I'm at
Wow.
1,000, but I have a number that you guys probably are nowhere near of.
Ooh, give me.
Oh,
I have over 2,000 gunsmith materials.
yeah.
They
Oh,
cap out.
no.
They cap
No,
out
I have-
apparently.
No, at 999,
Oh,
and then they go to
Wow.
a new thing. So it goes 999. I'm like over the. I have 2 999s now in my inventory.
Why don't you spend them?
Because it
He's
would
waiting.
be inventory that I have to manage, and I already have too much inventory.
He's doing that to trigger his fans. That's fine. This is Hefty 2.0. His main thing was his postmaster in D1. Now
Yep.
it's his freaking gunsmith.
Oh, the
People see
postmaster
that-
still gets filled up. Trust me.
Oh, okay.
Oh yeah, that ain't.
I don't know.
Yeah,
I don't know how you even get to that point.
I haven't
I
turned them
spent-
in.
What
I
are you
break-
guys, what are you
break
guys
down
doing to
stuff.
keep busy? What are you doing on a daily basis when you play Destiny?
So I haven't gotten the Nurgle yet, which is probably because I haven't turned in 2,000 gunsmith reputation tokens.
Probably gonna get it all.
I'm expecting
have
it to
the
pop
antidote?
out of an engram.
Do you have the Antiope D or do you
Multiple.
have that? Yeah.
Yeah.
I still haven't gotten it.
It's a good gun. I like it.
Well, as a proper casual, like I still haven't done all the adventures, haven't done the raid. So just
You
a
haven't
lot of
done the
people
raid?
haven't done. A lot of people haven't done a lot of stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What
Yeah.
number? What light level are you?
290.
Do you have Galahorn?
No, that has not. That is yet to drop.
So
Black Spindle?
Wednesday,
You got Black Spindle?
next Wednesday at 8:30 p.m. Pacific. Are you available?
Sure.
All right.
Let me
What
write
else?
that down.
You'll complete the raid.
LFG live.
Pope is
LG Live.
Pope is inviting you on a date. Yes,
Wednesday.
indeed.
I haven't done all the adventures yet either, and I'm
Yeah.
looking
I haven't.
forward to kind of sitting down with them because I kind of want to do it off a stream because I want to be able to listen to the stories.
Yeah.
Because some of them are really good.
Mhm.
And when I'm on stream, I'm talking the whole time and listening to music and just being an idiot. So I don't really get to absorb that kind of stuff as much.
Yeah.
So I'd like to really just kind of sit down and play some of those. But I'm also starting new characters up now and just kind of learning the abilities and spending some time with each subclass. And I'm really enjoying that. And I'm really looking forward to the PC release too.
Yeah.
Basically,
Are you saving any content? I'm sorry. Are you guys saving any content for the PC?
No.
Like
No.
okay.
Not really.
Half the friends.
Yeah. What I'm what I'm like kind of
YouTube.
just
Half.
waiting on
Half
doing
the frames.
is I don't want to go full bore into the game yet, even though I have every single exotic weapon. That was mostly due to needing to review them. Like when I log on, basically if I have nothing to do, it's go PvP and try to get better at the ninja weeb spec. That's seriously it. And the unfortunate thing is I feel like I hit that point way quicker than I did in Destiny 1.
Oh yeah.
When I get online, I go and I run. Often, it's the times that I have to play randomly are with my child on my belly, and so I usually am grinding public events, and I love them. I'm going for the quad dip. I mean,
Good.
you have no idea.
Record it.
I'm gonna quad dip it up, and I'm gonna send a screenshot to you, Tefty.
Are we
It's
looking
gonna
for a
be
race
glorious.
for the quad?
Yeah, who
I think it is.
gets a quad dip
I-
first?
Can we make it trend on Twitter?
Challenge.
Oh,
I challenge
Hashtag
you,
quad
Tefty, to a quad dip.
a quad
Quad
dip
dip.
off?
A quad dip off, if you will.
All right.
Hashtag quad
And
dip.
Bonus points for getting exotics out of each chest.
Yeah.
Wow.
Bonus points, yes,
Yeah.
true. But just the first to a quad dip, as evidence of posted on Twitter.
Wins a DCP PC. No, seriously.
Does Pope realize that Tefty's about to stream for 8 hours?
It doesn't matter. I mean, he still won't get it.
Oh, it's elusive. You have to have the perfect elements line up.
Right. So if whoever gets it, there needs to be a ode written to the other person, read aloud on the next podcast. An ode.
Do you think you're gonna get it within next?
Oh,
7 days?
I'm gonna get it. I'm gonna get it.
Have you even
I know.
dipped before? Have you double dipped?
Oh, I've dipped.
Did you double dip before?
I've triple dipped.
For real?
This is weirdly making me really hungry.
I was trying to get your strats. I've dipped. This isn't the first time I've dipped, but a quad dip, I've never quad dipped.
I'm telling you, it's rare.
I'm gonna set it up, and it's gonna work. And whoever the loser has to write and read an ode to the other person on the podcast.
An ode to Pope?
An ode?
An ode to Pope.
All right.
Mm. Of the original penmanship, lasting at least 10 seconds.
10-second ode to Pope?
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
So, next question.
Yeah, anyhow.
How many more do you have left, Briar?
Oh, God, I got tons.
Can we do like 2 or 3 more? Just
All right.
No, we're going
Think
as long as
carefully.
Scroll
we
down
need
the
to.
page. I'm literally scrolling through like 4 pages. If anybody's question got asked and I didn't answer it, blame Patrick. Hashtag blame Holtzmann, I think.
I don't care.
All right, 5 more questions. Mech Scare 'em all says, if a classic horror movie monster villain has been living in your beard, which is the most likely candidate for the beard's buyout and why?
Wait, what?
Say that again?
You lost me, Briar.
If a classic horror movie monster / villain has been living in your beard, which is the most likely candidate for the beard buyout and why?
Beard what?
Buyout?
Buyout.
Bio?
What?
Buyout?
What the hell is a bio?
Or a bio?
If there's a monster living in your beard, classic movie monster living in your beard, what is it and why is it there? All right, we're skipping this one. Clearly,
Too
late in
complicated.
the night for this
There's
one.
too many levels.
Way too many levels.
Logan
I
David
don't know,
says,
man.
why are hot dogs sold in packages of 10, but the buns are sold in packages
Because
of 8?
fuck you.
Because they want you to buy double the buns to make more money.
Because
They want you to double dip the buns, guys.
Exactly. It's all
No, it's because you give 2 lucky people at your party the lucky daily double hot dog bun. You get 2 hot dogs in 1 bun. You won the day. Congratulations. You guys don't do that? You don't get the daily double?
That sounds great.
I don't have barbecues.
You did
so
hack.
I don't know what.
That was a good hack, though.
I like
I
that.
don't invite people over.
that's a good idea.
It's great.
Maybe,
I'm over
okay,
here buying fancy hot dogs that come in packages of 5.
here it is.
So I'm really fucked.
Some people...
What the fuck is a fancy hot dog?
Fletcher's hot dogs or other designer brand tubed meats.
Designer hot dogs.
Yeah.
Look, if I'm going to get tubed meat in my mouth, I want it to be cheap. Never mind.
And
So-
full of parts that I don't recognize.
There you go.
Excellent, nephew.
All right. Ringo the Gun says, what's more exciting, slowly pulling off the plastic of a new piece of hardware or a PC,
Ooh.
or slowly pulling the underwear off of your significant other?
PC.
PC.
The PC shit. That
PC.
because like the significant other thing, if you have one, that
happens all the time, right?
It happens all the time.
How
The-
often
the
do you
new
get a brand new
electronic thing,
PC? Yeah.
PC wins.
Fuck yeah.
It's rare.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yep.
I don't know, guys. I mean, if you knew my wife, I mean, that's every time is amazing.
Yeah.
Is your
and
wife
then-
in the room right now?
She's no. Why would I? Why would I?
Blink twice if your wife is in the room.
She's blinking like 20 times. We're fucked here, guys. She's listening in.
Ramos Network says, DCP is going to a furry convention. What animal are you going as and why?
God, this sounds like a fucking question that'd be asked at Funhouse. Sorry.
I'm going to a furry convention. Is it a furry only convention, or is it the furry and the handlers?
Generally, a furry convention does involve both of them.
Yes, it does. I'm asking for clarification.
Learning new things about furries.
Well, it's a furry convention. It's accepted that both.
I feel like Pope Bear.
That both the Doms and then the
Go
people
as a
with
Pope
furries.
Bear.
A Pope Bear.
No.
Briar Rabbit.
Yeah, you
It's
guys
already
are
I'm
there.
not going as a
It's already
rabbit
there.
though. I'm going as a crocodile, except I'm gonna dress as Croc shoes instead of a crocodile. Pink Crocs.
Oh, yeah.
Switching it up. See what I'm doing?
Wow.
I see.
Okay.
Edgy and
Edgy. I don't know. Am I going as a? So is it just the furry then that we're talking about? This is a furry only.
Yeah, you're going as a furry.
What does that even
What animal
qualify?
are you dressing
What
up
does that
But
mean?
then-
You don't know what a furry is?
What is your fursona, Tefty?
My fursona?
Yes.
Okay, so furries are people that like to dress up in like humans, like a full size like stuffed
Mascot.
animal costumes.
Okay.
Mascots.
Okay.
And have sometimes pleasurable intercourse and relations with other furry
furries.
animals.
Gotcha.
Sometimes, and then a lot of times you feel like your persona is actually that more of an animal, so you dress up as said animal. You don't have to fuck anything while you're said animal.
But you're
Sometimes
you
a
want
normal
to feel
guy
more
just
like
wants
yourself.
to fuck a panda
So
bear.
then
Except
go.
that's illegal.
So then you go to a convention where other people are dressing up to feel more like themselves as the furries, and
Yeah,
then you
yeah.
feel more welcome in your general sense
But
community.
I feel like the question was like, what does the whole DCP as like one unit?
If
If
we
you
were
were-
to stack
Or-
up
or we like
get
into
into
one
one
costume,
We're like
what
a
would that
hot
be?
dog.
the
what
I like this.
furry would we
I
We're
like
like
be?
a hot dog of a furry costume.
An
we're
ahampara.
Yes.
We're like
Oh,
we're like
yeah.
a Voltron.
It's
the
all
Voltron
bony, so
of
it's
furry
good.
costumes. The
It's
Voltron
already
of
ready.
furries.
It's already
Let's go.
ready.
I think we would be. I don't know. Like what are those? The little African like gerbil things
Pygmy?
that live in.
What? No.
What are they? They stick their head up and they go-
Or the, what is it called?
Yeah.
Muscat? Is that what it is?
Is they muskrat?
Can we be a
it's
squid
Timon,
or an octopus?
Yeah, Timon. What was Timon?
Ooh, an
Yeah,
octopus.
Yeah.
Octopus. Jellyfish.
They're not.
I like chat's
Jelly-
suggestion. of
Octopus
human
gives a good old
centipede.
fashioned. That's what I hear.
It's got that good suck.
We should move to the next question.
We're moving to the thank you all for listening.
We're gonna end on that.
Third episode of the Destiny Community Podcast
Bella came during the
Because-
furry section.
because
Put that out there.
I'm tired of this right now. All right, thank you all for tuning in to the 53rd episode.
Just disappointed.
If you want to find more of me, I am at Holtzmann_YT on Twitter, where I will explain the finer details of the furry lifestyle to you, if you so desire.
I'm Briar Rabbit. You can find me on Twitter at the Briar Rabbit. You can find me every day streaming on Twitch at 1 p.m. Eastern time. Just look for Briar Rabbit, or you can follow me on YouTube. Just look up Briar Rabbit.
I'm Tefty Teft. You can talk to me at Teft on Twitter. Catch my streams. Twitch.tv/Tefty Teft. Usually 6 p.m. Pacific, a little bit later. And YouTube channel as well, Tefty Teft.
And I'm Miss 5000 Watts. You can find me on Twitter, Twitch, and YouTube at Miss 5000 Watts.
Liz.
Oh, okay. And I'm Lazesummerstone on Twitter, and you can find me. You can find my comic, Watermelon Exo, at watermelonexo.com.
And this has been Pope Bear. You can find me on Twitter at Pope Bear, and make sure to follow the podcast at DestinyCompod to find out if you won the PC giveaway. Also,
drunk.
to make sure that you are. I am not. I'm drinking coffee. I am very fine. Also, make sure you just didn't have your significant other curious about the conversation that you were just having. So,
Probably did actually.
Tomo
Yeah.
would have found it funny.
yeah. All right. So, I lost track. Follow us on Twitter, and make sure that if you're listening to this on YouTube, hit that like button. It really helps us out. And if you're listening to us on iTunes, make sure to leave a comment and upvote us. It really does help. Thank you very much.
Thank you all for tuning in.
Can I say one more thing?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Just I want to say thank you guys for having me on here, especially as like the first artist in the community. So I really, really appreciate it.
Thank you for
That was
coming
awesome.
on, man.
Thank you
Thank
for
you
It's
coming.
been a
much.
pleasure having you on.
Yeah.
Seriously.
Yeah.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
All right.
All right.
Thank you all for tuning in this week. We promise to be less lewd next week. We'll probably
I
break
make
that
no
promise.
Probably not.
Okay,
No
never mind
promises.
then. Thank you all for tuning in. We'll see you. Bye.
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 Okay, you can stop recording.